And we're
I'm going
live.
to say the M word. Monkey.
Okay, okay, stop, freeze, stop. That's illegal. Now let me just send this tweet quickly. Oh no, I sent it.
Hello, monkey.
Just gonna.
I don't know. I feel like I can't say. I feel like maybe I can't actually say that.
Yeah, it feels weird. Like people like call their own scions monkey. Like,
If it's like an affectionate thing, like it's just like in good fun, or if it's like like I love the space monkeys, but it's like when you're trying to jokingly use it as an insult, it's like
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you
yeah,
actually are trying to use it as an insult in a way that we don't vibe with.
yeah. Oh yeah. Also, quick note: we're not gonna be talking about any movie spoilers, obviously. Just like pretend the movie doesn't exist for any of the
I don't know what you're
characters.
talking about. What movie?
The one with the new
I live in
Oolong
the United
movie,
States
the
where
the Oolong
we
Sweep
we
movie.
we don't know there's even a movie. What are you talking about?
You know, the one where Oolong fights Crystal Boo. The,
Listen, we don't talk about Dragon Ball Evolution.
I do. I'm holding a copy of it right now in my hands.
I will take that hand off. You put that down if you don't want to lose that hand.
Dragon Ball Evolution is a masterpiece in storytelling and writing.
You've been corrupted. We have to put you down. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so now we have a bunch of characters who we can actually talk about, but I'll probably move the least interesting ones first, so we can just get those ones out of the way. Great Saiman's not being ranked because he's literally just not even another character. He's just fucking Gohan. Right, okay. I'm just move all these more minor characters up a bit.
So next up is Napster.
Nappa, he's pretty good. I think he works really well as a villain.
Yeah, I think he's interesting. I think he works as a good like barometer for how fucked everyone is. Like when this massive muscular Saiyan just like
Absolutely
solos
decimates
solos the
everyone.
rest of the group that hasn't already been killed by Cybermen.
Yeah. You know, he's
and
responsible
it
for the
tur- and
deaths
then
of
it turns out
Chaozu, of Tenshin
and
Han, Piccolo.
and then to top it off, like him and all his fucking terror is terrified of the short stack bagel boss in the back.
Yeah. Vegeta's
And then you realize, what does this short king have up his sleeve? Why is he scared
Fro.
of it?
With Nappa at Vegeta's back in college does a really good job of building up Vegeta. I think he's a really good
Absolutely.
character for. I'm gonna say like A tier. I think he's a really character for what he's not like not very interesting on his own, but for what he's meant to be.
Yeah.
I think he's good. Raccoon, um, he's all right. He wrestles. Has a nice ass. Not nice teeth though. I hope Freeze has a good dental plan.
He really got put through the ringer before they put him in the ground.
Yeah, I'd probably just put him like with Butter. He's kind of on that level where he's
Little,
like
little bit of a. Fuck, I forget his name. Why did I forget his name? God damn it. What is his name?
you know, I don't think it's as good as Ginyu or Gurdo.
No, Zappy. What is his name? I'm freaking out.
Raccoon.
Oh, Raccoon. God damn it. Why did I forget Raccoon's name?
I was like thinking.
I tried to make a joke like, oh, I love Raccoon with a little bit of butter on the side.
Yeah, I love cream. Hey, Sam, welcome.
I'm losing my mind. I'm forgetting Dragon Ball characters. There's nothing left for me.
I'm gonna put him with Butter. I don't think he's as bland as Jace, who's just the guy who has the scouters. But I don't think he's as funny as like. Just look at Gurdo. He's funny, and Ginyu actually has kind of some meat on his bones. So I think with Butter's pretty good. You know, cream and butter, put them together. But the yogurt and the milk get to the top, and the cheese. Jeez is doing a massive disgrace to cheese, honestly, and his haircut. Man has a hot haircut, and he's named after cheese, and he just does nothing. Honestly, just get some bitches. I like fuck Butter already, for real. Anyway, Commander Red. So, I know Sam's in the chat now, and I don't want to say too much about him. But would you agree to him being put in B tier? Because this is the arc we're currently watching right now. I'm watching with Sam right now in So I don't want to like say the reason why I think he's really funny, because it would be a spoiler.
Sorry,
Oh, okay.
I'm getting multiple messages from people that I haven't spoken to in like 5 or 6 months, and I'm pretty sure they're phishing attempts. Because they literally sent the same message with the same Discord link. It's like, okay.
Yeah. In fact, these next three, I don't want to say too much about because again, Sam's watching, and this is the arc we're watching with Sam currently, like in my server. So I don't want to like spoil too much on them. So would you like to just like agree on their placements and just not say anything about the character specifically?
Yeah, or I could just keep it vague, like not give any like spoilery stuff.
Yeah, Commander
Just
Red.
like how I feel about them.
He's hilarious, and I think he should be in like A, B tier.
He's a pretty solid, like intimidating villain.
Yeah.
And another short king. We love short kings.
So true. Toriyama
Twitch.
Toriyama loves his like big guy, little guy duos.
Yeah.
Like I feel like every character he has is like, oh, it's a short guy and a tall guy.
How tall is Toriyama?
I don't know, but I don't
I
think.
want to look it up.
Yeah, look
Is he
it up.
actually short? Is he actually short?
He better be.
He's
Upa.
5 feet 10 inches. Short king confirmed.
Upa. That designer's some very unfortunate. But you know, wait, where's Bora? There's no Bora on here.
I will say, like, it doesn't seem super. I might be wrong on this, and I fucking hope not. But to me, it doesn't seem offensive. But it does. It is still cultural appropriation.
Yeah. Let's just like. But I think Upa as a character, he's very cute.
Oh,
He's
no,
nice.
Sam is a literal bagel boss. Oh no.
No.
No, I'm sorry. You're going in the pocket.
I'm sorry. We're just two tall monarchs. You know, a tall king and a tall queen.
Yes. Wait, how tall are you, Zappy?
6'3". I know I'm a bit shorter than you.
I know, I'm a giant. I can't help it. Forgive me.
But yeah, I'm still 6'3", so that's nothing to scoff at.
No, absolutely not. You're very average. Aw, pets you in the head.
I'm average for the time!
Oh, you're very average for English. I'm kidding. 6'3" is actually tall.
Yeah. Okay, so Upa, I'm gonna pop Upa in B as well. It's just like he's a fun character, but like he appears like twice.
Yeah.
That's the thing that Red Ribbon Army introduces so many characters just never show up again.
I do think like he and his father have like they have like an emotional weight, like because of like Goku, I guess. Like I'm trying to make it a little weird without spoilers because I don't know what Sam has and hasn't seen. But,
Sam has just finished the Penguin Village section of Dragon Ball, and yeah, she's also seen she knows about all of Z, so don't worry about anything past Saiyan arc spoilers. It's just I'm only really worried about Red Ribbon Army spoilers right now because Sam's probably gonna forget everything we say, because we got another season of we got another 26 episodes to get through before we can get to like the second best arc in the series, the entire series.
With Upa, like I think the death of Upa's father, like I think there is like an emotional weight to that.
I love
it spurs Goku on to like take on Korin Tower and push himself.
I love how he sacrifices what he's been looking for the entire time, and because of it, he gets basically something better than what he wanted initially. Again, not gonna
people tend. Well, one thing I want to say is people tend to undermine the impact of everything that Goku goes throughout Dragon Ball compared to the other characters he encounters in Z.
Yeah.
Because when you really think about it, Goku had to fucking train under the greatest martial arts masters in the world, had to drink a special sacred water, had to
it was just toilet water.
Had to fight a demon king, drink another sacred water.
Except this one was toilet water, and
had to train under basically the world's
God.
god,
No, literally
just
God. His
just
name
to
is
get
literally God.
just to get to like not even the average strength level of a normal Saiyan.
Yeah, and then
But
they need to fight the
that's
Demon King's son, who is
but
also
that's
Demon
kind of
King, but he's also
but
grumpy.
the
He's a grumpy uncle now.
but like all of that is meant to be like
Well,
no matter who you are or how low you
yeah.
start,
I
if
just
you
realized
push
we should
yourself,
probably save this for the actual Goku discussion.
yeah. But no, like that's all I was
Yeah,
saying was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like the entire point is that no matter how low you start on the ladder, you can push yourself and get higher.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I love about the Saiyan arc. It's that whole theme of like nurture.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Tao Pai Pai is a game changer for real reasons I don't think I need to say. He is the architect to think of every serious Dragon Ball villain.
yeah,
Like, you know, without Tao Pai Pai, there'd be no Piccolo, there'd be no
yeah. He's one
Frieza,
of the first like
Cell.
really ruthless. I think he's the first really ruthless villain.
Yeah, yeah, but obviously don't say what he does because this is like this is right when Sam. Oh, Doctor Slump pranking. That is a oh, pardon me. That is a funny idea.
I've never looked at anything related to Doctor Slump.
Wait a
Admittedly.
second. I saw my brothers actually followed this Twitch account. What the fuck? What? I mean, he's not watching right now. I know he's not, but like, geez, I didn't realize he followed it.
You just slid in there.
Yeah, Tao Pai Pai I think is an S tier. He's just like he's the blueprint. He has the coolest way of entering like a scene ever. No character
Yeah.
can like match how cool he is. He just Jesus.
He's one of the first characters to like defy physics, both for funsies and also to like display how much of a threat he is.
Yeah.
He just does not give a
Just
fuck.
gonna move the villains again to the back. I want to have like the villains and like the main characters at the end.
Yeah, fair.
So lunchtime, and also the name of the character we're talking about next. But you know, lunchtime. Let's go. Lunch I think is a pretty alright gag character. I think her joke kind of wears thin a bit, and that's why they kept they kept using her. Like after like the first couple times he did the whole sneeze joke, I feel like Toriyama didn't know what to do with her.
And I think I would have liked if maybe they did more with her. Like they actually added to that, or just like used it in different ways.
Yeah, the only time I think they've done anything interesting was in the 20-second tournament where she was just yellow the entire time, or in the
Yeah, she was just getting more and more pissed the entire time.
yeah, because Yellow had one like a character who sneezes and change personality is not really that useful of a character, but a character who is just permanently angry and making trouble is a character you can do a lot with, and I think like Blue Head Lunch is alright. She's fine. She's done nothing wrong, but she's just kind of there. But I
Like,
really think Yellow Hair Lunch is fun.
I mentioned last week how cool of an idea it would have been if, like they had all that filler shit with like, Launch chasing after Tien and it never really being reciprocated and not going anywhere. And then she just vanished forever.
Yeah.
Imagine how fucking cool it would have been if, Vegeta, after he returns to Earth and he's like in a shitty fucking mood because he lost, like, he can't become Super Saiyan like Goku, and while he's just like out in the wilderness screaming at rain, fucking Launch shows up because she can't sense ki, but she can
she can hear him like a mile away.
she can hear and feel in the like physical sense, not in the ki sense that I remember that that's the feeling of Tien when he's like towering up,
So she
like,
likes it,
fucking
and then she sees Virginia.
and then she fucking finds Vegeta, and like she's in her blonde-haired form and just like quit being a fucking baby. Who cares if you can't go Super Saiyan? Like imagine.
And then she sneezes, and he's like, a Super Saiyan bargain sale. But honestly, though,
If I court this woman, my line will endure for 1,000 years.
I think having them interact will be fun, but I don't really like. Here's one of my things about Vegeta. I just don't see any of the Earthling characters dating him, especially not
I mean,
Bulma, who's
I don't
witnessed
see
his
exactly,
crimes. But Lunch is
exactly.
probably yeah.
But I
Lunch,
could
wait,
see,
wait, wait,
I
wait,
could
wait, wait,
see.
wait. Lunch makes more sense though because she hasn't heard him openly admit to be a child murderer.
Yeah, she also wasn't like at his mercy at any point. Like with Namek.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
Bulma was in his crosshairs multiple times and could have died.
This is
She
again.
should be afraid of him and hate him.
Bulma just has horrible taste in men. Like the
I know,
first time she saw.
Listen, she literally fucking killed Yamcha, and she was upset about the death of Yamcha. Like fucking, even though she wasn't with him anymore and didn't want to be with him anymore, she was like he was still her friend, and she gave a shit when he died.
Oh, they were still dating when he was killed in the Saiyan arc.
Oh, okay.
They only stopped dating apparently in the Artificial Humans arc when
Yeah.
Toriyama decided to assassinate Yamcha's entire character. Here's a fun fact about that. Yamcha's voice actor, the Japanese one, called Toriyama and was like, "What the hell?"
Like, why have you done this to my career? Why
Yeah,
have you
but
done
you know how Toriyama views female characters, it's not very good.
Yeah, he doesn't rate women, minorities,
Anything other than gag characters, well, really.
yeah.
So, Lunch, I'm just going to pop her in, like, C tier. I think she's fine. Maybe B? I don't know. What?
I personally just like her, and I see the ways that there could have been more done with her character, and that's why I would put her personally in B.
Yeah, okay, okay, we'll go with that then.
The way that it was handled was definitely like D tier, like a lot of Toriyama's characters, but I like her personally.
With the exception of, like, the one character on this list, I cannot think of a single Toriyama character who was, like, not at their best in their introduction and then got gradually worse. There's one character I think one major example of a character who actively got better as time went on. Well, okay, not one, like outside like the main characters.
Is that Bardock we're doing next? I couldn't see
it's future Gohan. Bardock's not on this list, especially not next. Yeah, it's Bardock. It's Bardock. This is gonna go. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I cannot.
I'll let you explain your opinion of Bardock completely uninterrupted. I will remain perfectly quiet.
Okay. I need to just think where to start. So, okay, Bardock Special, I think was okay. I think it was good. I think it was a very good thing. I think it was a good way of showing how Bardock was just like the other Saiyans, which is what I liked about him. Goku's father was always something I've been apprehensive about, like any sort of relation to Goku's family. I don't want them to be special because Goku's special because of what he did and not who he is. Now, then we had the episode of Bardock Special, which then made him be like made him the first Super Saiyan, and I did not like that. Dragon Ball Minus came out, which rewrote Bardock. I did not like it because, well, actually, Dragon Ball Minus is really bad. Why did Toriyama think a single chapter with like a fourth of it being taken up by cameos was a good idea to tell Bardock's story? But yeah, no, okay. Bardock is like one of my kind of like is the epitome of what a lot of my issues with Dragon Ball fans, and it's this over obsession with like bloodlines and lore, and honestly, I'm just sick of seeing him.
Here's my opinion overall of Bardock.
Oh yeah, also modern Bardock doesn't have the headband, so I fucking hate him now.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Because I like the bandana look.
Yeah, it's weird it doesn't have it.
So, my opinion of Z Bardock. Cool visual fights, but his character was bland as shit.
Yeah.
My opinion of Minus Bardock and going forward.
Going forward, he has a lot more depth than in Minus.
Let me just give my thoughts like fully.
Okay.
Let me just lay it all out so you can yell at me after.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I just need to get my one interruption is because you interrupted my conclusion. You fool!
I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
So minus Bardock onward, I do not have a problem with. And I personally like him more than Z Bardock. And here's why. Bardock spent his entire life killing planets, or killing people, genociding entire planets worth of populations. And the Saiyans, for 1,000 years, spent generations individually exterminating and genociding planets. The backstory of there's a lot of backstory that they go into in like the expanded material with like how there was an entire fucking race of Super Saiyan gods, and the evil Saiyans literally exterminated them. That's why the Saiyans couldn't go Super Saiyan for 1,000 years, despite being strong enough to.
I try to avoid the extended Dragon Ball lore.
So Bardock, I just want to say, like, Bardock, the way he is written now, does not do anything to make Goku more special. Just because Bardock had a minor change of heart and decided, like, that's the only thing, quote unquote, special about Goku, is that his dad decided to save him on a whim. Goku is still not special because his father had a change of heart. A single change of heart does not undo 1,000 years of systematic genocide. Like, Goku still only ended up being a good person because of the bump to the head, which I would say makes him not special.
That bump to the head thing, oh god. Can I just talk about how that's written? In like like Goku's like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? It's like, did you have this hyper-specific injury? Yes, yeah. I did.
Funny that you should say that. Why is that relevant?
No. It's like, did you have a hyper-specific injury? I don't know, but you know, I do have an injury in that place. Yes, Goku. Yes, you did, because your grandfather actually told me that you did, despite the fact I never brought this up with you before. It was so clunky, and it's so funny because of it. That's
another valid complaint of the Saiyan arc.
Yeah. Like, as much as I think the Saiyan arc is the peak Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's just the fact that people try to act like Goku is special for no reason. What makes him special is that he learned, he was like taught by Grandpa Gohan and his other masters to push himself, to persevere. That's what makes him special. And it's not, and you know, the bump on the head allowed him to reach that conclusion, but it's not a bump on the head or genetics or his father just deciding to not genocide the 99th out of 98 planets. Like, it's literally just Goku is Goku. And whatever the fuck Bardock is, whether he's a fucking genocidal maniac like every other Saiyan, or he had a last-minute change of heart and decided, I'm getting kind of, I'm full. I don't need any more genocide. I'm good. I got enough. Like, that doesn't change Goku.
For me, the whole premise that Bardock is a genocidal person has kind of been, I feel like it's been completely undersold in modern Dragon Ball. I feel like we need to have that pushed a bit more. Let's say you haven't watched the Bardock special.
I do agree. Maybe we should see more.
We only ever see him being a goody two shoes. Yeah.
Like we've only really seen the genocide in the quote unquote non-canon Bardock special. I'd be fine with maybe dedicating a few arcs to, like, you know, him at the height of his career fucking shit up.
Yeah. I feel like it's not portrayed enough how horrible the Saiyans have been, and I think it's this weird reverence the modern franchise has for the Saiyans, and it feels like they're kind of sweeping the Saiyans being evil a bit under the rug.
Yeah, well, it's not even necessarily that they're evil; they're just they're complicit.
I'd argue they're evil.
They don't care about the fact that, yeah, this is our job, we murder entire planets.
But I'm not gonna split hairs about it. Yeah.
Like they like specifically with Bardock, you know, he saw granola as a child.
Personally, for Bardock,
and that sparked a bit of like empathy in him because he remembered his own child, and that that is one thing that is like relatively unique among Saiyans. Most Saiyans don't have a super strong attachment to their children.
I just personally just don't want to see Bardock again if I can help it. He's like a character I don't like. He's not a character I've ever particularly cared for because he's never been an active participant in the story. I think that's one thing I so like
Yeah,
I like that like I could ignore Bardock up until the super arc. I think that's why I've been like so groaning about it. Not because it's
yeah,
necessarily bad, but because now it's putting a lore character that like I don't particularly care about, and then putting him in the forefront of a story arc.
that's fair.
Yeah, let's just where
Listen,
would you put?
listen, I will forgive them making Goku remember Bardock if it leads us to getting Super Saiyan 4. Please, give us the monkey.
I
Please.
I would forgive them less. Anyway. So how about where would you like to put Bardock?
I would like to put him in at least a C tier
Okay,
because
well then,
I don't have as many hate boners as a lot of Dragon Ball fans do for modern Bardock, and I also just don't care about Z Bardock.
yeah, I think Z Bardock. I really do like the Z Bardock special though. I think it's a really good.
Oh no, it's a fantastic. I do like
Yeah.
it. I just
And
think Bardock's character is very bland in that special.
most of my issues with Minus are more so to do with its length. I wish it had more time. It's just like,
Yeah, I
I like what because it's not Minus isn't a story. It's just a backstory, which is why
yeah
I think it works in Broly because it's it's accompanying a story rather than in the Jacko manga where it's completely unrelated. Well,
yeah.
I mean, I guess
Well, I
Jacko
mean,
does that because of Goku, but
it's related to show like who the baby that apparently is on Earth that Jacko is looking for is.
Yeah. So this is gonna be like I only really read the manga, so and this guy had like 3 panels of screen time in the manga. I haven't watched the Trunk special in way too long, so you're gonna have to take the wheel on this one.
Oh, Future Gohan?
Yeah. He has like 3 panels in the manga. He's barely a character,
Okay.
so it's up to you on this one.
Okay. So Future Gohan, I actually kind of like more than like modern adult Gohan in some ways, because he's definitely not happy. Like he's fighting because he has to, and obviously like Gohan wants to be a scholar. I get that. He wants to have a family life, but I think Gohan is at his fucking peak when he is trying his damnedest to like help people and like push himself to make things better in the world. And future Gohan, he basically lives alone in the wilderness like Piccolo used to. Um, he, what else could I say about him? Because I'm just trying to remember, and I'm trying not to fucking muddle my thoughts with the abridged version because it's been so fucking long since I watched the
Yeah.
original.
On one hand,
Um,
he's a survivor. On the other hand, he doesn't have a hand.
well, he does for the first like half of the special. He does have both arms.
That's actually an interesting about the manga, though. Actually, he just doesn't have the arm at all.
Interesting, because yeah, like, um, him losing the arm doesn't happen until he and Trunks try to fight the androids. It goes horribly, and Gohan loses his arm, and then he only has one senzu bean left, so he has to choose between saving Trunks or, well, I guess I don't need an arm. I don't need two. And yeah, literally, does it happen in the same way in the manga with Trunks wants to go fight them again, and Gohan says no, so he knocks Trunks out and then goes to fight them alone.
No, there's only that second fight. The manga
Interesting.
version is like has the exact same issue with Dragon Ball Minus, where it's like a single chapter, so it doesn't have enough time to actually say anything. So
Oh,
so
because yeah, like in the special, um,
History of Trunks is
Gohan
very
dying,
bad in the manga.
Gohan dying is what causes Trunks to go Super Saiyan.
Oh, he already knows how to do that in the manga version. He's already Super
Fuck.
Saiyan. It's not
Oh my
very good.
god.
The manga version's not very good. Just like skip it. Who cares? It's like a one. It's like a one
So like
chapter thing that you can just ignore.
I like Future Gohan. He's got a lot of interesting shit, and he's like, you know, the entire motivation for Future Trunks.
He's just like Bardock. He's liked by a lot of annoying Dragon Ball fans. He has a manga adaptation that I think does the story worse than the anime version. Except Bardock also has another anime adaptation of his backstory, but also does it pretty well. The same character for real.
I don't get why people would like love Future Gohan because like he's a neat character, but he's not. You know, I would personally put him in like C tier with with Bardock.
I think that's funny because I just made the comparison. Okay, Future Trunks is legitimately like he made the android arc. I feel like he's just like the character Dragon Ball's never seen before. This like brooding, you know, character in the future trying to stop a future threat. He appears once and never appears again except for Supreme Kai, who is literally just Trunks.
He's literally Kyle Reese from the Terminator.
Yeah. And also he gets a mohawk for some reason. Appears next time.
So like, I fucking love. God damn it. I love Future Trunks. I hate Kid Trunks, and I'll explain that later.
That is an L if I've ever heard one.
I'll explain that later. So I love Future Trunks. He's an awesome fucking character.
So true. So true.
You know, and even for as awesome as he is, he gets put in his place a couple times.
Is there no Gotenks? Huh.
What do you mean?
Oh no, he's right there. He's right there.
Kid Trunks is right there. What do you mean?
But I love how like so they do something important with him by having him defeat Frieza, and it's like, whoa, this guy means business, and then he gets jobbed by the artificial humans, and you're like, holy shit, these guys mean business.
Yeah, but then he manages to go toe to toe with Perfect Cell until Perfect Cell is like, lol, Lamau, JK. I'm going easy on you, kid.
I really love how he gets an ending too. He gets to kill Imperfect Cell and live in a happy future that will never be disturbed.
We're not talking about.
Wait. I was gonna. You interrupted my punch.
Timeline.
You interrupted my punchline. You interrupted my punchline.
Timeline.
Oh, no! You interrupted and stole my punchline. I was basically gonna go like, you know, he gets to live in a peaceful future, never gets interrupted ever. But you interrupted at night and you stole the punchline too. What the hell? That's so rude. But yeah, I think he's an easy Z tier character. Like
I choose to believe that the Future Trunks that shows up in Super is just a different Future Trunks from the worst timeline where everything is horrible and no one gets a happy ending.
Yeah.
I hate everything about Future Trunks in.
Yeah, we're not talking about Super, so.
Like, yeah.
Wait, I got a spray bottle. Oob. Oob is barely a character in Dragon Ball. It's only really GT and Super that does stuff with him. But I
put him in C. I put him in C because, you know, I'm still coping. We're gonna get it soon. We're finally gonna get the payoff. We're gonna see.
Oh, well, actually, no.
With Oob, it's gonna happen. Yeah. I'm not crying. It's gonna happen.
I like when the Moro acted with him, with like the Kaioshin going over to him, like, hey, could you lend me your power?
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, he just saves the day.
I swear to fucking God, if they baited that and they don't ever follow up on it again, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit.
Yeah.
I want to see actual training with Oob. I want to see if they're not going to make GT part of the same timeline and they're not going to remake it as part of the same timeline. I want them to fuck. God damn it.
Okay. Oolong, I really like Oolong. He's really funny to me. I love his like sarcasm in the first arc. He's like the straight man to like these two insane people he's forced to go on a journey with.
Yeah.
And also, he's in, like, all of the Dragon Ball movies for some reason. Like, he's in as many movies as Vegeta's in.
He's R2-D2 thousands of years in the future telling the journey of the wills to another generation. No, this is the tale of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
He's the narrator. He's actually secretly the narrator.
I love how they you know, he's the one who has to do rock paper scissors and the plan, and Beerus just hears the whole thing. I am a very big Oolong fan. He's just funny.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if I had to keep one perverted Dragon Ball character, it would be this guy, no chance. Like, I'm sorry, Jackie.
God damn it.
I'm gonna put him in A. He's fun, and he was a main character at one point, which is based.
Yeah.
All right, Pawn, Pawn, GT Pawn. I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. Pawn in the new movie, and also in like the end of Dragon Ball, based character for real, the best character in Dragon Ball for real, peak fiction.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll agree with that.
Okay,
I personally, yeah, I'll agree that I like GT, but I don't really like GT's version
yeah.
of Pan.
Just gonna move these more. I'm gonna
I
go back to
I
moving.
personally think her fucking wardrobe in GT is kind of creepy, and
I
the number of fans of GT Pan reflects that.
Yeah. If she just didn't have the crop top, I think it would look fine. Like
Yeah,
just like make the shirt extend down to her pants, and then like we've got no problem with the design. The fit looks
yeah.
really good. Like I like the chain, I
I
like the
also
bandana,
I,
I like
I
the
also
fingerless
don't like how
gloves.
Dragon Ball Heroes version of Pan like kind of just leans into it. Like she's a
Oh
little older, but not old enough for that.
yeah. Let's just move against some of
Like
these.
she gets like like I'm looking at the fucking image on Google. She gets like fucking
Oh
like she gets like thigh length short shorts with like fur around the edges. She gets like fucking she has a like the fucking spot between the shorts, and then she has like thigh highs, and it's like, you know, she has like a I don't know if it's like a sports bra like
I
underneath the
oh
jacket, and it's like I just no, just no,
ew.
stop.
Oh god. Okay, Suru
I
Senin.
love that design for a character over 18, which she is fucking not.
Yeah. Okay, Suru Senin, the Crane Hermit. He is just like he's just like him and Roche having old people banter is the funniest thing ever. Like they're just, like so angry at each other. Like I love it's like it's
Yeah,
like they just fight over. They're so petty with each other, but they don't do anything, and it's hilarious. I'm a big fan.
I love in DBZ Kakarot, there's a side quest where it turns out that like because the Red Ribbon Army has been dismantled, um Crane Hermit and Tao Pai
His
Pai,
unnamed brother.
they're brothers, and they're like basically trying to scam people on the street for money.
Oh yeah, I know. Fucking the fucking Android Arc filler was really funny with them too. Although I don't think Suru Senin was involved, which is kind of cringe. But yeah, I think he should be in a B. He's a very funny old man, and he appears in more arcs than most minor Dragon Ball antagonists. He appears in like 2, so yeah. All right, now it's time for boring Piccolo. Everything this guy does is
I
done better by the thing he spat out.
I like Kami as a teacher for Goku.
Oh no, this isn't Kami. This is a Piccolo Daimo.
Oh my fucking god! I was like, wait a minute, because like the art, it's like
It's
I assume
small.
that's like, what's that?
It's small and watercolor Toriyama.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
wait,
say
wait,
it's like the
wait, wait, wait,
watercolor.
wait, wait. No, actually, no. That is actually Kami. Never. No, it is God.
Yeah, because
Never
he
mind.
has
Oh yeah, he has the neck thing. I love God. He is so good. I think he's amazing. Well, okay, not that much, but I think he's neat. I really like him.
yeah, because Piccolo Daimo has the fucking
Yeah,
the
yeah.
like he has the purple turban around his neck, and then Kami has the white one.
Oh no, he doesn't have a
Um,
he doesn't have a turban. Oh no, he does for a while, but I don't think.
when he's old, he has like a
Oh yeah, when
pink
he's old,
cape,
he's old. Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
a pink
yeah, yeah.
cape, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
If it was Piccolo Daimo, I'd be putting him like D. He's so boring for the concept. No, actually C, because he has those cool monsters. But for God, nah, man, we gotta put some respect on God's name. I need to apologize. I'm gonna go pray to the real God, Kami, to apologize. Give me a minute. I'll be 5 minutes. You just entertain the viewers for a while.
I personally think that the reveal of the Namekians hurts Kami worse than it does Piccolo.
I
That's a hot
actually,
take for you.
I actually
And I
don't.
really don't like how I really don't like how the Namekian lore kind of hurts Piccolo, but I think it hurts Kami worse because it makes him feel so tiny and inadequate. It's like, why were you just sitting up there?
Well, because he's God. Like the thing is, what the English dub didn't really do well is that Piccolo and God are still gods, regardless of being Namekians. They still have all the power, like their powers that they have, like Piccolo killing
Yeah,
people.
they
And
have divine abilities. Like they fucking recognized Supreme Kai.
Yeah. God can travel between the dimensions. He can, he can grant people their bodies. He can, and Piccolo, anyone he kills. But those aren't Namekian abilities. That's the important thing to distinguish. That's not. I like how being God is just a role. Like it was already explained that there's a previous God before the alien reveal. So I think it works so well because unlike Goku, where like all of his character traits became it's because I'm a Namekian. For God, the only trait that really was dragged along to being a Namekian is the whole Dragon Ball thing. Everything else about him is still godly. So I don't think it really affects him that much. It feels underwhelming actually. It's like, oh yeah, there's another planet of like Namekians, but like God's still mostly the same. He's still God, he's got all those godly powers. Still weird how Dende became God though. Like
I don't like the idea that his ability, because it's whether or not it comes from his ability as a god or as a Namekian, I don't like how it affects the origin of the Dragon Balls. And the Dragon Balls are one of those fucking things that Toriyama has been awful with.
Stop retconning the Dragon Balls, please, for the 15th time this millisecond.
Because every time he retcons them, they make less sense. Because if you think about it, if you think about the Dragon Balls and the explanation of, the Namekian Dragon Balls were just shavings carved off of the Super Dragon Balls by the old Namekians.
I
it's
hate
like,
that.
Okay, so then where the fuck did the Earth Dragon Balls come from? And the fucking the
weird
cereal Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Like where the fuck? Like how does that make any sense? And it's like, it's like where the fuck? Like so if he had to have done that, how the fuck did he just one day just like they explained it as he had, and this was the English dub obviously, but they explained it as one day I just had this overwhelming urge to create the Dragon Balls, and it's like
that's pretty similar to the manga explanation. It was a racial memory thing. I think this is back when like
out of what?
Yeah, I think this is back when the Dragon. Obviously, this was back when the Dragon Balls were supposed to be. The Dragon Clan Namekians can just do that. But now it's like, no, they had to specifically get a fucking cheese grater on the Super Dragon Balls.
Like, what the fuck?
The only thing I think is cool about the whole Super Dragon Ball thing is that I imagine that Toriyama literally thought of them getting a fucking cheese grater and literally grating off their own Dragon Balls.
They have a tool that looks like knowing Toriyama, he would like design a tool that the Namekians use that just straight up looks like an Earth cheese grater.
Yeah, and that's the only cool thing that I think could come out of that concept. Like if it's confirmed,
it's just got like two little antennae on each side.
Yeah. If that's the explanation they eventually give, I will forgive Toriyama for everything he's ever done, except for all the weird blackface. Except for that, he's still.
Yeah. He's still in hot water. He's still in hot water on that.
Then again, Pan's preschool teacher is a massive step in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. She looks like a human instead of a weird caricature that's super fucking racist.
Oh wait, no, that is Piccolo. Because look, God's right there. That's God. Oh my. Well, I'm gonna put God in 8.
I really think. Oh, that's probably the fucking manga coloration for Piccolo.
Oh, I think this is from the Kanzenban covers because basically they re-released Dragon Ball in the Kanzenban release and had like completely redrawn covers.
Because in the anime, his cape is pink.
Anyway, Piccolo C-tier, he's not interesting. I don't care.
I personally like King Piccolo. I think he's cool. I think he's the first he's the first almost eldritch level threat that the characters have to face, and even Goku he's one of the first few villains that Goku only barely manages to beat. He's very lucky to survive him.
I'll move him up to B. But anyway, speaking of blackface, I think Mr. Popo is a all right
D tier,
character. He
D tier
doesn't
at the
do
highest
anything,
because
but like that design.
I I
Oh
really like
god.
I really like his introduction in Dragon Ball and like the training that he gives Goku with like
Yeah.
learning how to move properly.
I love how like he finds he's the reason they're able to go to Namek because he finds God's old spaceship.
Yeah,
He knows
but
Namekian.
also
That's fun.
but
But then also
but
his
also
face.
like what the fuck is he? Where is he from? What is his actual role? Like
I
what
know he's the
is he
attendant.
just like is he like the caretaker of the lookout, which is, you know, in hindsight more fucked up.
I think he's just the assistant of God. Let's just pretend like let's just like not. I really like how he uses glue to stick the dragon together after Piccolo kills it.
It's like when I wrote Inverse and I made a guardian for Planet Q and a guardian for um Planet Kamola and Planet Nato. I just didn't make any sort of like version or like comparison or like
I wanted
stand-in
to
for Mr. Popo. I
I
just
yeah
avoided that entirely. I just didn't fucking touch it.
I did. I had
I I made
I made him
I
like
made
a little
it.
dragon Namekian though, like similar to how because basically
That's actually fucking cool. I like
yeah,
that.
mine takes place on Namek, so you have Tagi, who's now God, because he just suddenly got given the job. Now he has to look over.
Okay.
Now he has to look after his goddess of destruction, Shaolin, because they're locked
Shit.
now. And now there's this grumpy little short dragon guy who's mad at him all the time because he's mainly mad at Shaolin though, because Shaolin doesn't just sits in a room all day because she's lazy.
Yeah.
That's the
Like
law.
in Inverse, I did make allegories for Corrin.
I
Like
love Karen. He's great.
yeah. So there is a they refer to them as familiar towers. So Corrin's tower is a familiar tower
That's a
in the
cool
context of
idea.
Inverse.
I like
And
it being
so
familiar. I think you told me this actually. Yeah.
I
Wait,
forget
you
the
told
name
me
that
that.
I gave her. I forget the name that I gave her, but the familiar for Planet Q is basically a big cow lady.
That's funny.
And instead of a cat bell, she gives to make a cowbell that she has to give to the guardian.
What's with you and cows? There's cows everywhere. Oh my god. Are
Listen,
you
I
a
don't
cow?
listen.
Wait, look at your
I don't have to answer
look at
that.
your ears on the on your icon.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm leaving. Stream's over. Stream's over. You're canceled.
Okay, Pope, I'm just gonna like let's just not rank Pope. Let's just not touch that one. Let's
I mean,
just
have you figured out yet that I made a character? I literally made an entire race of aliens called humans, and they live on planet Q, and their guardian is named QB. It's all fucking milk.
Alright. Raditz. Oh boy. Well, Raditz, he's just a okay character. He's a cool entrance into
Yeah.
the science. He's Goku's brother for shock value. That's really all there is to him actually.
He's another one of those characters that I think were wasted potential, and I know why, because Toriyama did not intend to use him past his introduction to the arc. That's
See?
really all his role was, but I think that was a massive waste.
Yeah. CRB maybe? I'm glad he didn't get brought back to be
I would
honest.
personally put B because I also just really like his design with the big floopy hair. I'm a fucking massive sucker for
For
big
Sonic
floopy
the
hair.
Hedgehog apparently.
Fucking his hair, I would put him in fucking A tier alone just for the fucking hair.
Okay. So Pwa. I have one I will show one image that will hopefully that will make you realize that Pwa is the greatest character in all of fiction. Can I like open this image online? Oh no, I can't actually show it to the stream because let me send it to Discord and then I'll open it on my browser so then I can actually show the audience. But this image alone is why Pwa deserves to be in Z tier. Here we go.
Let's see, where is it? Where'd you post it?
In the sus mic VC, I believe.
God damn it. I'm not sus. I'm not sus.
But if you look at the stream, it's just on there now.
That's cute.
It's Pwa disguised as Emperor Chaozu. So
That's cute.
so do you agree that Chaozu has been Z tier because of this image alone?
I won't dispute it because I don't have that much of a love for Poir, but he also has no downsides that I can think of.
Yeah. This is mostly a joke one just because I think Poir's cute and
Yeah,
that's like, it's good. Peel off, though.
I don't have enough of a reason or desire to dispute it, so go for it.
Peel off is a genuine character who deserves to be in Z tier, though. Like, if like a genuine.
I'm okay with putting him in A because, you know, I I like him in Dragon Ball. I think, you know, he stayed pretty relevant throughout all of Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
But
the only
like
series that he's in, Dragon Ball. He's in no other series.
but
Okay,
also
okay, he was in the
like
beginning of
as
GT,
time
fair.
as time went on, it's kind of like, okay, what the fuck is Steel? Like, did he actually have a kingdom before Goku's Great Ape form destroyed it? Like, what?
Oh, he
Who
definitely
made?
did not. He definitely did
Who is
not.
this fucking who gave him this title? Like,
I think that's
let
like
me see some
a.
papers.
I think that's like a big difference between us, though.
I didn't vote for him.
For me, I just don't. I like that it goes unexplained. I think that's way funnier than like giving him some like
Yeah,
backstory,
he's
being
just
like
a
an
weird
heir.
little blue monkey creature.
Yeah, it's just a weird little boy monkey with a ninja dog,
He's just a
and
terrible little creature up to no good.
yeah, and like a middle-aged woman who has way too much time on her hands.
Yeah.
It's like I love how unjustifiably terrified Shu and Mai are of him. He's just like a little gremlin who couldn't hurt anyone if he tried.
I want to know how the fuck Shu and Mai met Pilaf. I want to know how the fuck that started.
That would be funny. I love it though. I love them so much. The fact they only show up 3 times in the entire manga, or you know, the manga of Dragon Ball, kills me inside. Like, as soon as Piccolo kicks them off the ship, just never seen again.
I do like the way that they brought them back for Super, except for Mai.
Yeah,
I'm really sick of the shit that they're fucking trying to pair off Mai. It's the fucking Wally debate all over again, and it's fucking gross.
Mai was definitely born before Bulma. And
yeah, like what the fuck? She's like 30 by the time Bulma is like 16.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I really like. I'd say S is a compromise.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna move Par down to like A as a more reasonable ranking. Shenlong. I like Shenlong. He's alright. I like it when like in modern Dragon Ball they keep having him like break character for specific characters. Like
yeah.
like Beerus walks in, he's like, "Oh, Lord Beerus." It's
you know, he's the titular dragon of the titular Dragon Balls. He's you know, you don't have the fucking series without him.
Yeah, he's a legend. You know, he's cool. He's just a cool dragon.
I think Toriyama. I think Shenron and the Dragon Ball's inconsistencies are some of the worst that Toriyama has done because he's been around for so long.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I fucking love his design. I love his voice in both fucking dubs, which is a fucking rare compliment for me.
It should be punished by death to ruin Shenlong's voice, which is why no one's done it, because it is punishable by death.
Like, yeah, fucking, he's always gonna be cool. There's not much you can do without genuine, like, intent. You can't really ruin Shenron.
Yeah.
Even the ending of GT, which has him, like, out of nowhere say, I'm just gonna take the Dragon Balls and leave. I can do that now whenever I want. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Lamau.
Okay, Yajirobe
like, yeah, it's still cool though.
Is a character I enjoy way more than I should. He's just, I love how he has like no desire to be involved in the events, and
I like his introduction. He's as strong as Goku, if not strong.
But he just wants to eat a fish.
Yeah, I think his like cowardice in later arcs is kind of unwarranted. Like,
I think it's more so he just doesn't want to get involved. Like he just wants to like, he just doesn't want to be in. He just want to get involved. Like, this is not his fight.
yeah.
Leave me alone. Oh, and
but I think him as a character, like, oh, he's the funny fat man, but he's actually like kind of stoic and like serious. Because yeah, the reason is because he doesn't want to get involved. But like, I think it would have been way more cool if he didn't seem terrified in the fight with Vegeta.
Oh yeah.
Because like he was a fucking MVP with that fucking shit. Like,
Well,
got on his
to be
tail.
fair, I'd probably probably pretty scared of Vegeta. But yeah, he cut off the tail, and I'll never forgive Xenoverse.
I would understand if like he's sweating a little bit because he's just like I ain't ready for this. I ain't ready for this. But like don't start begging and cry and fucking like oh no wait. It's like
Well,
no.
to be fair, he's facing his death.
Fucking stand your ground. Be a man.
One thing I have you actually did you ever learn like why he was created though? Because he was created for one specific reason.
I don't think so.
So, in the manga, Goku specifically states that Yajirobe sounds like Krillin, because since Krillin was dead, his voice actress was not going to be able to was going to lose the role, obviously, because she's not got any work.
Oh my god, that's right. They have the same voice actor. I never realized. I never fucking put that together until you just said that.
So the entire reason that Yajirobe exists is just so like they can get a voice, so like she'd still have work as a voice actress in Dragon Ball.
That's funny.
It's so wholesome too. It's so nice. Like, so they had an entire arc of Goku and Krillin basically just together, but it's not Krillin. It's this other guy who's also really funny.
Oh my god.
I have no complaints.
He ate a whole pot of sensu beans and survived. He is the strongest character, highest durability.
He also ate whatever the hell. He also ate a demon. He ate a demon.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta have that spicy
wait.
beef.
And he drank some of the secret the Karen toilet water that almost killed Goku.
You had to wash it down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you had to wash all those senzu down. And I love like him and Karen because, he's like his character's. He's like a very like. Oh, who's this god guy? It sounds like that sounds stupid, and he's just bickering with Karen. It's fun. He's very fun. He is a character people don't talk about enough, and they
Very
really should.
funny.
And he saved in the best arc of all of Dragon Ball. So he gets a really high rank from me.
Yeah. I'd be willing to put him in top tier, like fucking.
Let's
Z-tier.
go. Okay.
I'd absolutely fucking be. I will fucking absolutely.
Red Banami spoilers. This fight this character has with Goku is the only part of Dragon Ball that has ever made me cry. Krillin's not been ranked yet because we wanted to save all the most important characters for the end. So I just want to put him in Zeef, but that's obviously very personal for me. Because I also lost my granddad a while back, so I think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's been like years, but
I do understand that. Trust me.
Yeah.
I lost almost all my grandparents.
My grandma's gonna outlive me, though. Honestly, that woman's never gonna die.
I know that feeling. My grandmother on my mother's side is the only grandparent I have left, and she's pushing, I think, like 94.
Oh, damn! We got Gotenks, Diet Gotenks, Gotenks Zero.
Yeah.
3 different flavors of Gotenks. Okay, I'll let you take the wheel. Wait, actually, I think he's fun.
You want to hear my hot takes, don't you?
I think he is funny. I like his bright attitude. I like how it's like a massive like plot twist from what we know from the previous Trunks. Anyway, have fun. I'll be back in like 30 minutes.
So with Kid Trunks, I really liked him as a kid because his fucking voice actor I thought was awesome. I loved the fact that he was this like 7-year-old kid that just took shit from nobody. Like, as a fucking 7-year-old, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, sorry, just interrupt. Someone brought up the super thing with like the Gohan fight. Goku completely reenacted the fight while he was waiting for Frieza in the Super anime.
Oh yeah, I know.
That was again like that.
Yeah, it was a really sweet moment.
Yeah.
But like with Kid Trunks, as an adult that can actually look at shit critically, I find him boring at the best of times and obnoxious at the worst of times, and no point is that more apparent than his fucking Japanese voice actor. I like Future Trunks voice actor. I think he has the same voice actor as Kid Trunks, but the voice that he puts on as Kid Trunks is so unbearable and just weird and grating. I hate it, and it has kind of ruined Kid Trunks for me.
That is understandable.
Like I genuinely just cannot look at him the same anymore, knowing that was the intended version of Kid Trunks, and
Well,
it's
the
like,
intended version of
what
Kid
the
Trunks
fuck?
was ink on paper.
Yeah, it's like with Goten, yes, it is like an 80-year-old Japanese woman doing a kid's voice,
Doing
but
it
it sounds like a little
masterfully,
kid.
because we do not accept any
Yeah.
Masako
Oh
Nozawa
no,
slander.
absolutely. All of her voices are fucking great.
Yeah.
I will say I don't like the Kamehameha scream, but as Goku, as Gohan, as Goten, even as Bardock, I fucking love her voice work.
Anyone in the chat want to become my new stream partner? This one's broken. I need a new one.
I just don't like the Kamehameha. I just don't like it. I just don't like that.
I'm just mostly used to it, to be fair. So
the crone screech.
wait, oh my god, is Roshi's sister on here? The actual crone? Oh, she was. Okay, she's A tier.
I think we did battle.
Oh yeah, because it was all in. I think it's alphabetical order, so she was one of the first
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where would you want to put Trunks? I'm gonna not put him in F, obviously, because I don't think he's problematic. I think the F tier is like the kind of weirdly problematic characters.
I would put him in like B at the highest. Like that's the highest I'm willing to go.
We'll go C. Goten,
Okay,
it's just kind of bland. I think GT
Yeah.
was fun with like him like wanting to date girls, but also she wanted to date men, specifically Trunks.
And end of Z Goten, even though he only shows up for like 5 minutes, I liked his personality. I thought it was interesting that he ditched the Goku hair to kind of. I feel like there's probably some like
In the manga
underlying
specifically,
shit there.
in the manga specifically, they specifically mentioned how he changed the hair to not look like Goku. That was
Yeah,
explicitly written.
the fact that like he and Goten, that Goku and Goten are training when there's like it's peacetime. There's really no reason to train just beyond the fun of it.
And then
So
Goten's like,
Goku is
"Ugh."
choosing to spend it with one of his kids for once.
Not for once. But he is.
Oh,
He's
God.
Goku's a good dad. Shut up! Ah!
He's a good guy. He's the fun dad, but he is not a responsible father. And I know
Responsible.
people will hate me for that.
Responsible, no. Good, yes.
Yeah.
If-
He loves his kids. He takes them out on fun adventures. Unfortunately, those fun adventures typically get them killed.
Well, back in his day, to be fair, the adventures were much safer. He was only taking out
You
an
know-
army,
you know
a
what he is?
demon.
He's my dad. He's fucking looking at these kids like, we used to go out in the backyard with a trash can lid and a bow and arrow, and we turned out fine. It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't turn out fine. Half of you are dead,
Well,
and
to
the
be
other
fair,
half
though-
are here,
To be
and we're
fair,
not about it.
though, Gohan did turn out fine, so...
Yeah, he turned out in spite. He turned out in spite of what Goku did.
No. Also, well, no, he wouldn't have had those hot muscles in the new film. Like, it wouldn't have looked as hot.
Oh, what are you talking about? What new film?
The Oolong film I told you, the Oolong versus Crystal Blue.
Listen, you cannot prove to me that this is real. Like, I know you think that the Star Wars prequels were real.
Well, it's gonna take me. Wait, you know what? It's gonna take me too long to deep fake this. So like, yeah, Goten. I think I'll just put him in C's. He's okay. I don't have much to say.
I would personally put him. I don't know. I would put him in C and maybe Kid Trunks in D.
Okay,
Because I have less problem with Goten than I do with Trunks.
that's fair. Just to say, oh god. I tried to open a program and I realized I don't want to. Oh no, my.
No.
Oh no, no.
What happened? What happened?
It's not responding. Oh no. Oh
No.
no. Oh no.
What's not responding?
Oh no, everything's responding now. The web page wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the web page closed for a second. I thought it crashed. Okay,
Oh my God.
so now we just did Diet Gotenks. We did Gotenks last time, and now it's time for Gotenks Max.
Is that-
Gotenks Zero.
Is that Vegito?
Yeah, Vegeta.
What did we put Gogeta in?
He's not on this list because this is a manga one.
Oh, okay. So I touched on this a little bit last time, I like Vegito slash Vegerot. I like him.
Vegerot's the Viz name, not the actual name though. His name is
I
just
know,
Vegito, yeah.
I know, I
But
know.
Vegerot
But
is actually his real
there are
name. His
there
legal
are
name is
still
Vegerot.
people. There are still some people that go by Vegerot, so it's like.
Wait,
But
what?
like
Some people do that? Like,
yeah.
well, there are some manga readers who can't bother to learn the Japanese translation, but read the manga anyway to be like if you're gonna be superior, you at least got to learn the Japanese names of the characters. How else are you gonna feel superior to everyone else?
Because they're smug in their incorrectness. That's why.
Yeah.
I like Vegito.
I do not.
I think, Vegito is the first taste of like Goku and Vegeta really working together and being on like the perfect fucking wavelength. And I like his personality. I like the way he fucks around Boo, like just completely trolls him. I love his like
Again, he feels
mean
like
personality.
It feels like Diet Gotenks, which is like I think is interesting. He feels like Gotenks, but like not as bombastic, he's a bit more grounded. He doesn't really feel like a Goku or Vegeta fusion though to me. Like at all.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I
Well,
see him
it's okay to be
as-
wrong.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm always right, and I didn't hear that.
So where would you
No,
put him?
it's just I personally I think that like at least the way I interpret it is that Vegito has Vegeta's cockiness and Goku's carefree attitude.
Okay, so how about instead of putting him in the top 10, imagine how funny it would be if we just... This isn't actually my opinion. I'd probably put him in like C or something.
No.
Like,
No.
yeah, let's put him here.
No, just stop it. No, at least C, because I'll go
put-
halvesies with you on that.
I'll put him in B then, just to be a bit more.
You don't need personally, you don't even have to put him in B. Like I'll give you C.
No, B's fine. A lot of it is just like, again, I just don't like the
I get
fandom
you.
around the character mostly.
And yeah, that's, to be honest, I get fandom ruining a lot of fucking characters, because like
Yeah, so I try to not let it occur, like not let it actually affect me. So I'm gonna put him in B.
yeah, I personally kind of just ignore most of the fandom's like perceptions and personal views on characters so that like they don't affect me.
Yeah,
Mostly
I mean-
because I view most of their opinions as fucking wrong.
Well, yeah, because they just haven't watched the show or read the
Yeah.
books because they're
Yeah.
Dragon Ball fans.
Kind of like people who read the Bible, except they don't.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
People who use the Bible to prove things right. People who like to argue about Dragon Ball, hands clasped together, not reading either.
Okay, Piccolo time. He's just great. Like, he has probably the second best character arc in the entire series.
Yeah.
Vegeta isn't number one.
We didn't get to Vegeta already, did we? Oh yeah, we didn't.
Vegeta's third best character arc in the
Whatever we're
series.
gonna put Vegeta in, I think we have to put Piccolo either at the same level or one lower at the most.
I'd honestly put Piccolo
Because
above Vegeta.
I personally think his character arc over the series has been really good, but I still have complaints with the way that Toriyama has written him over the years and
Piccolo,
some of the retcons and shit.
Piccolo for me has always just been a better Vegeta, with the exception.
He's still a fucking awesome character.
With the exception of Vegeta in the Frieza arc, that's the only time where I haven't thought that Piccolo is just a better rival character.
Yeah.
I just think Piccolo is better than Vegeta for real. He's just great. Again,
I think, yeah.
but obviously I don't want to shit on Vegeta because he has like a really good character arc too. I think Vegeta has one of the best in the series too, just not as good as Piccolo.
It's funny that like he only needs a power boost once every like 10 years
And
to keep up with the rest of the gang.
No,
even when they're in like God tier, he's just like,
Hey, yo,
he's just
Sam's
like,
spitting, though.
okay, now I'll go make a wish Oh, well, I almost said something that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't
Yeah,
worry
yeah, yeah.
about it.
He also, I love how whenever he gets a power up, he becomes the strongest guy in the room for like 5 minutes. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
like,
Like,
but
I'm now the
that power up
strongest.
every time he gets a power up, that lasts like 10 years. It's like the guy who just takes a Flintstone vitamin every like
Yeah,
10
yeah,
years. And
yeah.
he's like, I'm good.
Although I
I
think,
can wrestle with the best of them now.
yeah. If I had to say like what arcs, I think the best arc he was using is obviously the Cyan arc, followed by a 23rd Tenkaichi, then the Buu arc, followed by the Android arc, and then the Fraser arc used him horribly. Why did they bring him to
He was
Namek?
cool for all of 5 minutes when he faced fucking Frieza.
He faced
But then he
Frieza's
changed-
filler form.
But then he changed forms, and it's like, okay.
Like, I can't believe Toriyama literally gave Frieza 2 forms that are literally manga filler. Bro, for real. But yeah, Piccolo, I think, again, it's just another Z tier. But like, probably top of Z tier. He's the best character I think we've talked about so far. Honestly, not ranked, but I want him to be, I think him and Trunks are probably some of the best ones. Because a lot of these ones who are in Z tier are like more minor characters, but he's like more major characters, yeah. Goha. Oh, that's a lot of baggage. Let's just, yeah.
That's
That's a lot. That's a lot of discussion too.
We would be talking about him for fucking hours, and we would almost have to make a part 3
For
discuss
for the last 3 characters, yeah. Okay, Videl. Videl's pretty fun. I think she's pretty fun. I like her they're actually starting to remember she's a martial artist now.
Yeah. I like her design. I like both of her hairstyles. I know people like throw a temper tantrum over which one's better.
The only good opinion is liking both. That's the only good opinion.
Yeah, I like both for different reasons. I like her introduction. I like the fact that she, is actually a female fighter that she should have been. But they immediately get her fucking
They fridge her.
brutally almost murdered.
They fridge her. The term's fridging.
Yeah, it's ridiculous the way that they do it too. Like, I don't think how many characters, maybe like 1 or 2, can you say in the entirety of Dragon Ball get a beating that lasts that long and is that brutal? I don't even think Gohan versus Raccoon went on that long and was that brutal.
It became weirdly realistic. Like, remember when like Yamcha had his teeth kicked in, he lost a tooth, and he was more concerned about not looking good. Yeah. And then like you see Videl getting her teeth kicked out, and there's blood. She's on the floor. She's like writhing in pain. She
is a teenage girl being brutalized by a roided out Russian man with fucking space magic flowing through his veins.
It's kind of gross how they made it a really realistic beatdown just because she's a woman.
It goes on for so fucking long, and it's so brutal, and then she never fights again. Like, Toriyama, what the fuck were you thinking? That's so fucked. They took the first female fighter in like 20 fucking years, and then just brutalized her so hard that she never fought again.
Yeah. How do you think?
Like, it almost seems fucking. It seems really fucking misogynistic, and then she just becomes another housewife character.
No. It doesn't seem. It is.
And and then she immediately becomes another housewife character.
Yeah, I like what we're
all sad. We're all sad that Launch never came back. That's because she got out.
Yeah, that's what I said though. Like, Lunch kind of avoided the fate of a lot of Dragon Ball characters who go on to become cardboard cutouts. Like every character in the Buu arc who wasn't like a Saiyan or Piccolo just kind of sat around all day.
Yeah.
I think I put her in S tier because I think she's great, but she gets fridged.
Yeah.
If she can get fridged, she'd be Z easily. It's time for Yamcha, baby! Let's go! Yamcha is he's just great. I don't have he goes from this kind of like kind of menacing guy to being like a really goofy villain to being Fred from Scooby-Doo to being like I just like Yamcha, and I feel like I really, every time a fan base like, oh my god, he gets beaten or whatever, I groan. It's so like The fandom,
Yeah,
the fandom
the
did
way
him
that
so
they
worse. The fandom did him worse than Toriyama did when he made him
the
when he committed
the
character
fan
assassination.
perception of Yamcha and Krillin are bullshit.
I hate it
Everyone
so
in
much.
the
Yeah.
fandom acts like they are the weakest characters. Like they're still like fucking. Oh god, it's another thing we'll talk about
Wait,
for an
can we
hour.
can we talk about like, how weird it is though? People have been countering that by saying that, oh, he got a 18. That's a dub. That is a really weirdly objectifying way to view women as a
Yeah.
dub. But
I
the Dragon Ball.
I don't view it like I am happy for Krillin because he has 18. I
Yeah.
don't see her as a victory. He's not a prize. He's
Yeah.
not a pity prize, or she is not a pity prize for him.
Yeah, it seems
But
it makes
the
it seem
fact
like
that
she's
the
only
fact that
with it makes it seem like it makes him more pathetic by calling that a dub. No, they deserve each other because they're both great. Bam,
Yeah.
bam, done. That, but yeah, Yamcha. Kuririn's like set the like right after 10, so we can talk about that then. I think Yamcha's great. I love him.
I do absolutely love his fucking
he's
his
hot.
techniques. His techniques are cool.
Oh yeah, the
Fucking
Sokidan and the Rogafufu Ken are amazing. I love them. That's
Those
the
aren't
Wolfang.
words, Zappy. You can't tell me that those are words. You can't just make up words.
Rogafufu Ken. That's the Wolfang fist, or the Gale of the Wolfang fist, because Ken means fist.
The sound of Yamcha screaming, "Yo, Wolfang fist out!" is fucking ingrained in my brain with a PTSD engraving.
Oh, and
because Keel, my partner, when we play Xenoverse 2, he will either play his CAC with Neo Wolfang Fist equipped, or he will play Yamcha. And I have like a fight or flight response to that technique now. It's a cool technique. I like the design and everything, but I hate it because he has used it on me so many fucking times that it's like, oh my god.
I want to mention something like a really obscure piece of trivia, but whereas I need to burp. Pardon me, sorry. So Dragon Ball had insert songs, right, which are basically like full-on songs to just put in the episode. So stuff like Mezaze Tenkaichi, Day of Fate, Spirit vs. Spirit. Yamcha had his own one that he sung himself, meaning he's the only character to sing his own insert song. And
was it like canonical, or was it the voice actor singing it?
I think it's supposed to be him singing it, but like it wasn't. It was basically it played while he was fighting Ten Shinhan, which is so funny because like the songs like sing like it's like Wolfang Fist, and it's like guitar solos, and then he gets his leg broken.
The next time that I rewatch Dragon Ball,
watch it in Japanese so you can hear that.
At least once, because I have never watched the entire thing in Japanese. I know about like the Davers, I know about like Trunks's.
Yeah, Trunks has one.
Yeah, and I know about like
the Gohan one versus Cell. That's a good one.
Yeah, I know about a few of them, but yeah, like
I know Kai did a bunch of insert songs too.
I need to just like give it a shot. I don't know.
It is comedy, true.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really like those like insert songs.
Yeah.
But most of Z's music in the Japanese dub that I've seen kind of sucks because they just keep reusing the same ones over and over and over again.
Yeah, and all those are made for the films too.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball had only the only time Dragon Ball had original tracks was right at the beginning, and everything after that, excluding obviously the opening and ending themes, were all just taken from the films. Albeit they were made.
Just kept reusing them, yeah.
Yeah,
it really sucks because Dragon Ball Z Kai, they made a new score and used them for both the Japanese and the English version, and then so what happened was I was buying the Blu-rays finally when the plagiarism shit happened.
Oh yeah.
And so I started buying the Blu-rays, and I was really getting sick of the fucking music because they were just all the re-releases of Kai only have like 4 tracks.
Yeah, and I think they used the Kikuchi score from
everything that was plagiarized.
yeah.
And most of it was plagiarized. also fucking, oh my god.
Where would you like to put Yamcha?
Fucking honestly, like Z tier. I genuinely think he's one of the greatest characters.
The correct opinion.
He
Woo!
shows up really early on. People don't give him enough fucking credit. He's got some of the coolest fucking designs, like redesigns for like
Bro,
clothing
he
and
has
shit,
so
and
many
for his
drips,
technique.
so many sexy hairstyles. He's just hot, for real. I would date that man. Bulma doesn't
He's
want him.
genuinely hot himbo.
Bulma doesn't want him. Good. I do.
Same. I'll fuck him.
Yeah. Now it's time for like my like this guy, like Ten Shinhan is like probably one of my favorite characters. He's like one of my top 3 characters in Dragon Ball. I think he's amazing, honestly.
Let me think on it, because I think I would agree with that. I think he's, you know,
yeah, based.
Compared to, you know, I like Krillin and I like Yamcha, but Tien is the only one of the human characters who never gives up on training. He never has a moment of like, yeah, I'm done with this, like,
Yeah, he's like a
world-ending
martial artist
shit.
by.
I just want to vibe.
Yeah. It's not even
Like,
like
no.
yeah. It's not like he's a martial artist, and I love that
is
about
his
him.
entire life.
Yeah,
And
he
I think
dedicates
he's one of
himself
the
to it.
He's one of the few fucking characters that is like genuinely treated well in Super.
No, he's not.
Because
No, he's not.
I think that because he gets his own fucking martial arts dojo.
And then his episode is immediately taken over by Roshi and that weird girl with the name that sounds.
With the P pun. Yeah, I do agree with that. But
Yeah.
however,
And then he gets to train.
I like the idea that he remakes the Crane School.
I like
as
that.
not
Yeah.
dickheads.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah. I think he's just amazing. He's got some of the most creative techniques, like Taiyo Ken. That time he just grew extra arms for no reason. That time he just grew.
Did it again.
That time he just grew extra Ten Shinhans for no reason. He has the Dodonpa, the Kikoho.
Alright,
He has the
alright, hear me
volleyball
out.
fist.
Hear me out.
Volleyball
out.
fist with a face.
You've probably thought of this, and if you haven't, I give you full permission to steal this.
Hmm?
Four-armed Kikoho.
Based. I do actually have a character who's a 3-eyed character who's supposed to be kind of a Ten Shinhan.
Yeah, because you mentioned how I think she has like the four-armed ability, right?
Yeah.
Fucking do that. Give her a fucking four-armed Kikoho. That would be rad as shit.
Have I shown you like the casual outfit that Sam drew for her? Oh, I'll have to show it. This is I'll have to show it in the chat.
You tend to send me a lot of art, and my reaction always is like, oh my god, it's so cool.
Yeah, she gets I'll send it. I'll also make so the chat can see. So like, here we go.
Can we both agree that we have the best OCs in the fandom, like hands down? Like,
Oh yeah, so true.
we could just say this, and no one's allowed to challenge us on
Well,
it 'cause we said it.
actually, no.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh yeah, you did show me that. I like that.
Yeah, actually, no, we can't because Sam recently just told me about their lesbian farmer OCs for Dragon Ball. So we've been beaten. I'm sorry, we don't have the best OCs in the fandom anymore. It's already been taken.
Sorry, but my argument, Turia Prime.
That is true.
And
Eve.
and your dragon god character.
Oh yeah, Xiaolin. I thought I was gonna say Eve because Eve and Xiaolin. Like
yeah,
Xiaolin.
I was gonna say like they exist, unfortunately, and no one can top them. Like they are the peak of Dragon Ball fandom.
I can top them
Neo
because
Tuple
Eve exists.
and a shadow dragon female god of destruction. Come at us.
I'm sorry again.
This is a call out to the entire Dragon Ball fandom.
You know that's cool and all, but I have Eve, and Eve top Xiaolin.
I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? This is Eve. They're a living planet hive mind thing that collects knowledge and is friend.
Eve. I was trying to remember which character that was. Like I like her design. It's cool.
Their design.
But it's not.
Not her.
It's not malicious. It's not malicious Shadow Dragon godly.
That is
I'm
true,
sorry.
but also Eve isn't a girl. They use they them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But
look at how many eyes they have. They have 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I know. But
They have,
look
like,
at how many
9.
Dragon Balls Zaylin has.
Less than Eve has eyes. Anyway, okay, Ten Shinhan. Where'd you pop him?
I would put Tien Shinhan fucking C tier. I admit, in hindsight, I'd maybe move Yamcha down one for my point
I
that
want to kind of like.
Tien Shinhan never gave up on training.
I'm gonna make like a let's Z tier, and let's do like a
Is there God tier? Is there God tier?
Zupa tier.
Super.
All right, so I'm just gonna move like the characters. Tell me if you think any of these characters shouldn't be in Zupa tier. How's that looking? Actually, no, probably not Kyle. I would probably, yeah. He's funny.
I would move Piccolo and Yamcha down at least.
Okay. Replace them with Pan.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean no? It's Pan.
No.
She baby.
No, I'm sorry. Destroy the child.
All right.
Destroy the child.
Now it's time for Kuririn. I love him. I love that like they genuinely like in the first arc he appeared, they addressed the fact that he has no nose and used it to beat a really smelly guy. Like Krillin used his lack of nose to beat a melee player.
So I like Krillin.
No! Oh! You got to you brace. I'm bracing for impact.
Oh, I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to be careful with this.
I know. I'm bracing. I'm bracing.
I obviously agree with you that the fucking fandom has shit on him mercilessly for no fucking reason, and that they need to give him some goddamn fucking credit. Because even during peacetime, where he takes a fucking break and relaxes, when shit goes down, he's first on the scene to get the training.
Yeah,
he fucking does not slack. Like he literally fucking became a police officer. That's a fucking that makes the most fucking sense out of any Dragon Ball character.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like just something that maybe I don't like about it, but I really fucking can't.
Oh, good.
You know, he has remained Goku's best friend consistently forever.
Remember, I was basically like, you remember like when in my own server, I was like, everyone change your pro pictures of Krillin.
Yeah.
I brought up that picture because I thought you were gonna say something negative about him, so I had that on standby.
No, like much like Tien, like he's still he is a much more like Krillin is the humanness of Yamcha and the determination of Tien, because Krillin.
So true.
He recognizes his shortcomings. He recognizes that he is only human in a world of horrific, like, planet-busting space monkeys and bubblegum eldritch horrors and lizard aliens. Like, he should be much more fucking terrified.
I think it's safe to say putting him in Jupiter, right?
He fucking steps up every time. Frieza comes back to life, comes to Earth after 6 months.
And
the first thing he fucking does?
He goes over to fight, and then even though he knows he's gonna die,
he shaves his head, puts on his gi, kisses his daughter, and tells his wife, "All right, I'll be home later. Good luck."
He does it twice, because remember when Frieza arrived on Earth the first time? He went out and did it again.
Yes, like he always shows up.
Also,
even when he does it, like he doesn't know if he'll even be of help, but he's still there, and he a lot of the times is a genuine help.
More importantly, he's also a massive scrunklo in the early Dragon Ball. He makes the best faces and expressions.
He's one of the first fucking redemption arcs. He's literally, he goes from Goku's like douchebag rival, snot-nosed little kid with no nose, to his best friend and his first rival.
Okay.
And I will say, like fucking what was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot. God damn it, I was gonna give him another. I was gonna, because we're putting him in God tier because he's one of the fucking.
Oh yeah, he's already there. I already like. Yeah, I feel like a quarter of the way through that rant, I knew where he was going. But now it's time for the characters with a lot to talk about. We got Frieza, Cell, Boo again, Virginia, Gohan, Goku, Satan. These 8 characters, I feel like I have the most to say about.
So, do you want to start off with Frieza, or do you want me to?
Okay, yeah. Frieza, I think, is amazing until they actually have to fight him. He's built up too well. He's like this impossible,
Kinda, yeah.
insurmountable threat, like completely unlike beatable, untouchable. The villains are afraid of
I
him. The heroes are afraid of him, and then we fight him, and oh, he has two filler transformations, and he like, yeah. The two middle forms I don't like, but then like we actually get to the super side, like between like the time you start fighting him and the super saiyan section, I think the story really drags him down. But then when the super saiyan section happens, it's so amazing seeing him finally get his comeuppance for everything he's done.
I I would almost argue, I would almost go as far to say that the Super Saiyan transformation is kind of ruined by the fact of how quickly Goku turns the fight around and just demolishes Frieza with very little effort. And Frieza's trump card is, I'll just swell up my muscles really big, and now
Yeah.
I'm stronger than you again.
I actually really like that though. Like the bit, not the him swallowing. I think that's kind of pointless. But I like the bit
Yeah.
where, like, you know, the tides have just turned completely. Frieza's been like not even trying the entire fight.
It's cathartic. It's like watching Homelander get the shit beat out of him finally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like Goku and the guys have done nothing to him. Even the Spirit
yeah,
Bomb did not do anything to him. And finally,
I
as Goku's best friend has been taken away from him once again, he gains he just goes. We finally get the catharsis we wanted. I think it's a really fitting end to this like mini saga of Dragon Ball.
I think it would have been perfect if they were on exactly equal footing, because it would have kept the menace of Frieza, but also would have shown that like, oh, he's a little nervous because, you know, Goku's not just like stomping him, but he is still having to actively try against the Saiyan now. Like, he doesn't know what to do. He can't get one up on him anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
but I like that Goku instills the same fear into Frieza that he instills in everyone else. Frieza's
yeah,
this
but I feel like
insurmountable
that.
threat,
I feel like that.
this
I feel like,
unclimbable mountain, and then Goku becomes that personified. He becomes everyone.
but it happens so instantaneously
I like
that
that
I
though.
almost kind of think. Do you know what I would have liked better? If there were a slight scale. Like, Goku activates the Super Saiyan transformation after Killen's killed. He
After Killing is
starts
killed,
fighting.
not killing, not
he
killing.
He's no Krillin. Sorry. he starts fighting Frieza, and it's only like a minor power boost. But as they start fighting, Goku's power starts rising higher and higher and higher the longer that he fights, because he is just feeding off of this rage, and it's it's almost giving like a fucking Hulk power boost. Like, he's still in
Yeah, that's
control
fair.
of his own actions. He's still in control of his own actions, but he's completely changed in personality, and his power is not just a one quick turbo boost. It is a rising surge that is getting higher and higher.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So
And
Frieza goes from.
look, we don't need to elaborate every minute. Like we get what we're saying.
I want to tell this. It's a cool idea.
I know, but like we've got the idea. Brevity is a virtue. Yeah, I agree. That would be really cool. I don't mind how it's done though, but obviously you do. That's fair. I just think he's ignoring like any sort of redemptions in villains. That's well, both walked in and said gay. That's hurtful.
Oh
But ignoring any redemption arcs, I think Frieza is easily the best villain in Dragon Ball. Like, no redemption arcs, no like none of like that post villain like development. As just a villain, I don't think there's anyone who can really match up to Frieza on the level of quality. Especially not the guy after him, but we will get to him.
Oh, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the end of the stream because we're never gonna talk again.
Oh no, we're gonna just ignore Cell the entire time and talk about the.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about it. Oh, it's gonna be awful for all.
Oh
of us.
yeah. Well, let's move Cell close to the end again because I feel like this is gonna be like a big.
Well, that'll be part 3. Is Gohan.
Gohan and Cell. Yeah.
Oh,
Fittingly.
my God.
Fittingly. Well, let's where I would put Frieza in Super tier. What about you?
I put him an A because I think he's an important character regardless. But I think I don't like some of the ways that his story is told. I don't like,
Since he gets brought back and stuff, I'll agree with you and I'll put him in S
and
as like a
I
compromise.
don't like a lot of Toriyama's handling of him.
Yeah, I don't like how he keeps coming back. Like I get he's the villain of Dragon Ball. Like he's like if you have to pick one villain, you'd probably like think of Frieza. He's the most
Yeah,
iconic, but I don't like how he just keeps coming back.
yeah.
Okay, the two Boos. Now, if Super Boo was here, I'd probably like I'd have something to complain about because Super Boo, specifically the two absorbed forms, I don't like. I like Super Boo regular, but the absorbed ones, I don't like it when he absorbs people. Other than that, I have no complaints about the Boos, outside the arc they're in, because the arc they're in is like obviously very flawed.
I don't really have an opinion of Fat Boo. I like Kid Boo more than Fat Boo. I think his just complete fucking chaos energy, slam his foot into the ground and kick a man in the mouth. Like I fucking love that shit.
That's fair. I just
He's just
yeah, I personally prefer
he
Fat Boo, but like
he's
honestly, I could like I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's a respectable enough opinion to have.
besides Janemba, how many villains in Dragon Ball can you really think of that do that much damage and are completely silent? Well, not silent, but they don't speak. They're
Yeah,
non-speaking
they're
villains.
mostly deranged, and I like that a lot. And Fat
Yeah, like he's just
yeah
an entity. He doesn't really even have like a mind of his own.
yeah,
He's just this fucking monster.
I think I'd put him in like a solid S.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
For Fat Boo, I really like him because of those like mini chapters with Mr. Satan. The fact that the story completely stops focusing on the heroes and focuses on this weird buddy comedy with like this all powerful
Yeah.
like monster man and this regular guy who's trying to be he's trying to pretend he's the strongest guy ever is the
Yeah, and
best piece of
it's
the best thing ever in the Boo arc. It's easily the best part
it
of the
also
arc.
is it also is probably one of my favorite lead-ins to the next part of the story because it is Mr. Satan's attempt to humanize Boo that ultimately leads to everything getting fucking worse.
But
Because if he hadn't introduced like good things to Boo, like fucking like affection and like joy beyond just wanton murder, like Boo would have never become so fucking angry that he literally
yeah,
spit out all of his evil shit.
but it also led to a much better conclusion with Boo and the dog now living like chilling. I
Yeah.
really I we're gonna get to Mr. Satan, but
You know what?
spoiler,
I really like the filler in. I don't think this appears in the manga. I'm assuming
yeah,
not. But like the filler where Boo goes to let Fat Boo post fighting Kid Boo. He's been it's been wished that nobody remembers him. So
that
he goes
yeah,
into an ice cream shop and he tries to fucking buy ice cream and he just tries to walk out with it.
and then
And they're
I think Bulma buys the
bro,
ice cream. Yeah,
you have to pay for that. And he's like, I got my ice cream, fuck up. And he's like, no, you have to pay for it. And he looks like he's gonna blow up.
yeah,
But instead, he goes off, finds like a street performer trying to like scam people out of their money, beats him fair and square, gets the money, comes back and just gives all of it for one ice cream.
that's yeah. I love him. He's our boy.
Shit.
Oh, bye, Nandi. Have a nice time.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
I think even like not as a villain, Fat Boo is just I just love him. I love him
Yeah,
in the Moro
he's
arc as
yeah.
well.
He's a genuinely cool addition to the cast, and he's the rare instance of an addition to the cast that is so absurdly strong
Yeah,
that like there's not much of a worry of him ever becoming irrelevant. Just when are they gonna
yeah.
bother using him?
And I think the thing is also, I think Toriyama just likes writing Boo and Mr. Satan. Like
Fair.
they feel like more like he really likes the Doctor Slump comedy of like early Dragon Ball. And
Yeah.
he doesn't really care for the action as much, which is why in the Boo arc it gets really slow when it's focused on action. But then it starts to go like really amazing when it focuses on the
It is the
comedy.
cutest fucking relationship in all of Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
Just this middle-aged, washed-up fighter and his
Wait, middle-aged what?
goofy bubblegum
Washed
man.
up? I have you know, he beat Cell, he beat Boo, and he beat Beerus. Washed up? What the hell are you talking about? What are you on?
I will give you the point that he fucking survived a point blank slap across the face, no holding back from perfect Cell.
And then
On top of the fact that he managed to dodge Kid Boo's kicks, like fucking.
and then
Like,
and then
you gotta credit him. You gotta at least credit him on
and
that.
he also beat Majin Buu and Cell and Beerus on his own.
Okay, he did not.
He
We don't
did.
Go that far. He did not.
But he did though. But he did. But he did.
But all of those reasons, I think we could just go ahead and skip right to Mr. Satan, put him in Z tier, Super tier.
Okay, Mr. Satan. Okay, quickly.
We could just fucking agree
When
on that.
I was talking about no, I want to talk about him. So when I was talking about the best character arcs in the series, I said Piccolo was number 2. That's because Mr. Satan is legitimately the best written character in Dragon Ball. No joke.
I can't think of a single reason to disagree with that.
He's one of the only characters who Mr. Satan's introduction is him at his worst because he's just kind of a meh joke. And then he becomes the best character in the series. He rehabilitates a villain for a really fun comedic means. One thing I love about the final fight of the Majin Buu arc is how everyone's skill set is used. Everyone is required. Like, Vegeta's the smart guy who comes up with the plan.
Yeah.
Goku has a spirit bomb, the Namekians, obviously. It's something I feel like is really missing in Dragon Ball. And the fact that Mr. Satan is basically the guy who manages to convince everyone to give their energy is
he's gone from seeing these super powered weirdos as fakes and frauds to literally being the one that uses his status to help Goku.
Yeah, he saves the universe. Legitimately, as much as people joke about him being the strongest, he legitimately saved the universe.
Yes.
By being in a normal series, you probably have him he saved the universe by not being sleazy, admitting that Goku's the warrior or something. But but in the irreverent world of Dragon Ball, him being a sleazy scumbag who tricked the entire world population is the reason why he saves the universe.
Yes. And it's also a character turnaround for him because he was a sleazy guy. He was kind of he had genuine martial arts skills. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he was a good martial
won
artist.
A tournament fair and square.
He's a normal guy in a world of crazy freaks.
Yeah, he was probably the first fucking normal human to win the tournament in 30 fucking years.
Well, yeah, but I think the tournament stopped being held for 30 years because someone destroyed the ring. Piccolo. Because there was only one tournament in between the 23rd and the one in the Buu arc. There's only one tournament in between.
Yeah, and that's the one that Mr. Satan won.
Yeah, he genuinely won, which means, out of the gang of winners, the Dragon team have a lot of winners for real. Wonder what happened to that Jackie Chun guy, though. He kind of just disappeared.
Listen, he's out there. He's waiting. He's waiting to make his comeback, but he hasn't been needed.
Actually, no. The DS game Revenge of the King Piccolo. No, the DS game Attack of the Saiyans actually had him in a cave, training our heroes their final test, and that was awesome.
Oh my god! If Goku couldn't have handled Kid Buu, I guarantee Jackie Chun would have shown up.
Yeah, Jackie Chun and Mr. Satan.
It's like Captain Marvel. Why didn't she show up for any of the other world-ending threats? Because the other guys, they had it. They took care of it. They didn't need her. It's
Mary. It's Nanny McPhee. If you need me, but you do not want me, I am there. If you want me but do not need me, I am not.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah.
Can we get an edit of Endgame with the portal scene, but Nanny McPhee is the first to arrive? She's the one who opens the portal. She's actually a sorcerer. She's the one who trains and does the ceremony for the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's if you get chosen to be the Sorcerer Supreme, she just shows up to ordain the ceremony.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's just go Gohan, and then we'll go for these last three afterwards. Gohan, I don't really have much of an opinion on Gohan, so it's just gonna be you. He's
I have too many opinions on Gohan. I'm sorry.
quick before you say anything. I think he's cute. I like him in the new movie a lot. I I like his relationship with. I like how he's more of a researcher than like a warrior. But I also wish I wish he wasn't. He's in the wrong series to do that.
Yes.
I obviously didn't really like the android arc all that much. I don't like how he was just kind of made the main character at the very end of the arc. It felt very weird and wonky to me. It probably better if he was the main character of the Freezer arc, because he was like a lot more in the arc until Goku stole the spotlight. It's weird. Goku stole the spotlight from Gohan, then Gohan stole the spotlight from Goku. He like father, like son.
I personally disagree. I feel like everything that Gohan went through, Goku was always still the main character up until that point, but it was building in the background toward Gohan coming into his own.
I agree, but the issue is none of that build-up was in the artificial human arc itself. All of the build-up was like, Saiyan arc, Frieza arc build-up. Not.
Do you know what, pretty much, like most shonen manga that are really fucking popular, except maybe One Piece because it's still not fucking over.
It should be over soon though.
Do you know what they tend to do? Like Naruto.
Next generation protagonist.
Naruto ended, but they made a new series where he's kind of pushed to the side to give his son the spotlight, which I think they kind of undid, and he keeps coming back. I haven't watched Boruto at all, so I don't know, but
yeah,
the entire idea is that you as an individual can only do so much and go so far. Eventually, you have to, you don't have to die, but you have to fucking, make room for the next generation to surpass you so that they can take the next few steps forward.
They talked all about that in the Boo arc, the next generation, but then they just dropped the idea, which is a shame.
That message comes from, I think a lot of manga artists remember Gohan and how they seemed to be doing that, but Toriyama never committed to it.
Yeah, he committed for 5 whole minutes in the Boo arc.
I really fucking wish that he had managed to do a better job of balancing Gohan's desire to be a scholar with his kind of duty to be the protector of Earth. He could still live out his dreams, but he does kind of have, great power, great responsibility, all that shit. He does kind of have a necessity to be ready, but I do think it's almost a little selfish that he has dedicated himself wholly to being a scholar and completely abandoned training and just kind of allowed himself to be fooled that, oh, we've taken care of everything. What's left to be worried about? There'll never be another threat. And there always are. But then he goes back to, oh, it's fine now. We're in peace times again. It's like, you're not getting the fucking message. It's not wrong for him to want to leave, to want to live a simple, peaceful life. But as a character, especially in a show like Dragon Ball, that doesn't really work. It comes across as selfish.
My issue is
even if that's not the intention of the author.
I think my issue is he never actually put his foot down and be like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm sorry. If he was just no, I'm not doing this anymore, I feel like it would have been a much better end.
I'd agree with that.
But he's always I'm just doing my work, ha ha ha. And then he eventually gets his power. He gets his he trains to get that ultimate form that looks ugly again.
You know what?
And then he's
fucking what?
If he just said no, I'd like it.
Gohan goes to make a fucking wish on the dragon and says, "I wish to be human."
But
he commits fully to giving up all of his fucking power,
but the thing
so that
is,
no one can guilt trip him.
He is human.
Give him shit for it.
Because in Dragon Ball, human just means humanoid. Earthling is the term. That's right. I'm being pedantic.
He wishes to be an Earthling. He wishes to be biologically 100% not a Saiyan.
I don't like
and
that.
I think if they want to go with the route that he wants to be a scholar and he doesn't want to fight anymore, that's the only way that he can commit.
I
And they
heavily
don't
heavily
because
disagree.
they keep flip-flopping on it.
Like I think it's more so he needs to make the decision and be like, no, I'm not fighting anymore. Not
Yeah,
I
but
feel
the
like
other
that's
characters
still
will
like
never listen.
that's like that still feels like it's like one of my biggest like grievances with the Dragon Ball community, how weirdly eugenic they are, and I feel like that still feels like a very eugenic solution. Like, yeah, hello, I am the Dragon Ball fandom with a German accent. Jawohl. Gohan should be a fighter because he has the right blood.
So with Piccolo and Goku and even Vegeta, they always guilt trip him about the fact that he's not training.
Yeah, he
And
needs to put
I
his foot down and
think
be like,
even
no.
if he puts his foot down, activates some fucking wild new form, and just like says, "I am never fighting again," they won't listen.
I feel
Like that's like they don't care. They expect him to help, and so the only way would to literally be to make a wish on the fucking Dragon Balls.
I very much disagree. I believe they would listen if he was firm and actually clear. I thought that's but you know that's just like very minutia.
The best route Gohan could have gone down.
I don't.
Post Cell Saga was for him to a Spider-Man thing. You know, Peter Parker has a rough go of it because he's a fucking poor, lower class worker in New York that also has to fucking juggle school life, like college life,
the most important
college life, and also being one of the fucking like best superheroes in New York. He has to be on the job so fucking much of his time and also juggle all the other bullshit. And he has a hard time doing it. Yeah. But Gohan does not need to be out being the great Saiyaman every fucking day. He just needs to train.
Does. Yes, he does. We need those poses. We need him and him. The day I found out Great Saiyaman Woman was filler was the day that I decided to cry. I've still not gotten over that.
I just want him to recognize that he cannot give up on being a fighter. Like he needs to be ready. Like fucking Krillin. Fucking Krillin understands. Why can't Gohan?
I just don't feel like that'd be a very good message for Dragon Ball. It doesn't feel very like a Dragon Ball message. It feels too dark of a message for Dragon Ball, I think.
No, he doesn't have to be like fucking living in New York, fucking barely making rent week to week. I'm just saying, like, Krillin.
Not that, but I mean, like, a guy who doesn't want to be a martial artist being like told by the world that, you know, hey, you have to be on the clock after he's explicit being like, I don't want to do this anymore, because
that's what I'm saying though, is he doesn't have to be on the clock. Like Krillin lives his entire life between each world-ending threat, but he doesn't slack on his training.
But anyway, you want to
he still gets his training in.
Want to plot?
So here's the way I'm gonna decide this rating. Gohan, the way he is written pre-Buu Saga, and the way that he is set up as a character, and the potential for his character if Toriyama could figure out how to fucking write him perfectly, which will never happen, but still I could fucking cope, I can dream, is super tier. But the way that he has been written, Buu Saga onward, is fucking F tier. So I would personally put him in B tier.
I have to massively. Oh, what was his reveal moment? Well, a lot of the time, I don't think Spider-Man has a reveal moment. A lot of the time where his identity is revealed, I don't feel like that would really work.
Okay. Let me reiterate this because I think both of you are getting confused on what I mean by bringing up Peter Parker.
I know what you're talking. No. Don't bring me. I'm just reading what this person said, and I'm trying to.
No. I know, but like,
I don't.
That's my friend Zeal. That's a friend of mine.
Peebs. Okay. I just don't want to talk about Gohan, to be honest. 100% clear, transparent.
Let me
there is
clarify
Vegeta
this one last
and Goku.
Thing.
I just want to talk about the characters I like.
I know.
All the characters I hate.
We're almost through it. You can ban Zeal for this.
Now I'm banning you. for
I
this. Now, Zeal's your replacement now. Zeal, you're now the
I
co-streamer. I'm
I am
changing
not
it.
I am not saying he has to have a reveal moment. What I would like, if we could just go back in time to when Toriyama was writing the early parts of the Boo saga,
I fixed the
just
stream.
have Gohan not be living his life like, oh, everything's just gonna be peaceful forever and I don't have to ever train again. Like, I want him to be Krillin. Krillin has a good home life and world-ending threats life balance. He has a job, he has a family, and in his off time, his hobby is training and keeping his body in shape. And then when the world-ending threat shows up, he's ready. He gets out there, helps take care of it, then he goes home.
I gotta disagree a little bit though, because Krillin always wanted to. Wait, actually, this is a different thing. Why do Yamcha and Krillin not want to do martial arts as much anymore? I mean, Krillin has those side sometimes as a hobby, but that's mainly anime filler that they added.
I mean, it's two reasons. For one,
they're both.
They've been outpaced by aliens so many fucking times that they still have kind of an obligation to help out when they can.
Actually, I was being rhetorical. I do know the answer. It's because they wanted to make the fact that Goku likes fighting to be an alien trait, because they have to make every single one of Goku's main characterizations an alien trait. Not everything Goku does is because he's a Saiyan. Stop it, Toriyama! I am yelling about your 40-year-old dumb cartoon about sex jokes.
Your stupid fucking Japanese cartoon.
Your stupid fucking Japanese comic book about sex jokes that you didn't even like writing most of the time.
Oh my god, Zappy.
I'm gonna put Gohan in B tier.
I'm flipping this and posting this to Twitter, and your time in this fandom is done. You're never gonna work in this town again.
Nah, Dragon Ball.
And I thought my hot takes were bad.
Dragon Ball has has no standards for the fandom.
No, I do agree with you. I do fucking agree with you on all of that.
I'm just gonna pop Gohan in B tier. Be done with it.
Yeah.
B tier for let's be done with it. Vegeta, I think Vegeta's a very good character, but I also feel like later Dragon Ball kind of uses him in a very repetitive way.
The only real complaint I have about Vegeta is that I'm gonna bring up Super just to touch on it. The only thing I'll say is that they revert his character as much as they do Goku. Because at the end of Z, Goku, Vegeta finally uses Goku's name! He calls him Goku! He recognizes him as a person, not just an obstacle.
I just need to check something quickly, because I think he only does that once.
He doesn't have to give up on his desire to be better than Goku, but he at least recognizes that Goku is not Kakarot. Goku is his chosen name. Stop fucking dead naming him. I'll shit on your grave, Vegeta.
So true.
But I do.
Okay,
I like Vegeta throughout all of Z.
I got some bad news. In the end of Dragon Ball,
I figured. I knew this was coming. I'm sure it's only in the fucking English dub.
He dead names. No, he just say Goku in the manga, but immediately after every mention, he dead names Goku.
God damn it.
Vegeta had the one moment. Goku's a trans icon, and Vegeta just Vegeta would be transphobic, honestly.
You could compare it to oh, this is my Jewish name, or this is my heritage name. But if you don't want to be fucking called that, no one should continue calling. If you have a personal choice that I don't want to be called by my heritage name, then don't fucking call them that.
Can I put Vegeta in F tier for transphobia?
I don't even think it's transphobia. I think it's just religious dogma.
Are you trying to tell me that
this is your heretical? This is your heritagial. I don't know what the fucking word would be. This is your birth name, and you have to be called this. It's I don't like that name though. I have no name now. Fuck you.
But Goku's obviously trans. Goku's trans. Don't you know this? Toriyama told me
he transitioned from a Saiyan to an Earthling.
No, he's trans mask. He's transmask, and Vegeta's dead naming him still, so Vegeta's F for transphobia immediately.
Kakarado confirmed female Saiyan. Oh shit.
Yeah, Vegeta's an F tier for transphobia. Anyway, unironically though, I would plop Vegeta into like Z tier right behind Piccolo.
Yeah, I'd definitely give. I'd almost rank him like one higher.
Yeah, for me, I think he's a bit lower than Piccolo, but again, I'm not going to split hairs over like that. It's a very, you know.
To be fair though, I think what balances it out for me, I don't like that they replaced Piccolo with him. I think that was kind of redundant.
Yeah.
I think giving Goku another super powerful rival just
another
and one that
infinitely
scales forever.
Yeah. Well, they got the new model and the new model that won't ever be Krillin.
Oh god, yeah, the copy Vegeta saga. I've never watched that.
Wait, copy Vegeta. I what? I didn't mention copy Virginia.
No. Zeal.
Oh right,
I've never watched the copy Vegeta saga.
I think it's just a alright filler arc. It's whatever. It's not really worth paying much mind to. Okay. Yeah. I don't like Cell.
Are we ready for a 2-hour conclusion?
I think he's the weakest main villain in all of Dragon Ball. He goes he goes from a really interesting like insect villain, and then becomes more and more bland. I don't think his actions match up with his motivations. Like, I want to fight the strongest person ever to test my perfection, so I'm gonna blow up the only planet of strong people. Like, you do not have to threaten Goku's life to make him want to fight. He's fucking Goku. You don't have to threaten his life to make him want to fight. You should know this. You are like a 5th Goku. I just don't think he's very interesting. I think he's like a less interesting version of Frieza.
So
the one thing I do like, one thing I do like is that I like how he's on the back foot for most of the story. Though our heroes are constantly one-upping him, unlike Frieza, who's always on the who puts the heroes on the back foot. I like there's a bit of a difference there. I like how it's not just another repeat of Frieza in that way.
I'll agree with you there. But the reason Cell would absolutely blow up the Earth is not just to spur on Goku or Gohan or whatever. It's specifically because he's made up of 3 different alien species. He knows that there is life in the universe, and it's probably stronger than the life here. So even if he manages to win and blows up the Earth, he could just go find another planet. He could wander the universe forever looking for better fights.
Yeah, but who could he find though? Like,
I mean, fuck. If you look long enough, Majin Buu, Beerus the Destroyer would probably nuke him.
He would have already destroyed Majin Buu, because Majin Buu's sealed away in Earth.
I mean, I think if the Earth is destroyed, his fucking ball would just be there. I don't think he's strong enough to destroy the seal, is he?
I don't know. Would he? I'm not sure how the seal works. So I'm just gonna say, like there wouldn't be any, but there wouldn't be. I don't think there'd be a way to revive Majin. But
there are inevitably, like, the universe is fucking massive, and there are inevitably fighters out there that he could find to entertain himself or get himself killed.
Yeah, I don't like. It feels like Toriyama wanted planet destroying states because that's now the norm. I don't like it.
The reason that I like Perfect Cell, he feels like a very good end boss because he is literally a conglomerate of all the previous villains and like characters who were redeemed or died.
Conceptually, I like him. I love his insect farm. If he became more insect,
I like his perfect form.
I just think it's the least interesting of his farms. If he got more insect, if he became more of an insect, like an insect kaiju, that would make me like him more. But he becomes his voice gets less interesting in the English dub because he didn't change the voice in Japanese dub.
My interpretation was always that he absorbs 17 first, and because 17 is male, he takes on some more masculine appearances.
Like the Toriyama
and then once he absorbs 18, he develops more like androgynous, almost feminine features. so it kind of balances out and becomes this like fucking perfect pretty boy.
It makes sense, but I don't think it's as interesting as his cool insect farm. It just
And
looks.
also, I just like the idea of a bio android because he's not simply like an organic,
Oh yeah,
like
that's fair. Like yeah.
he's not simply like a clump of like clone cells. He's not simply like a machine. He's literally a fucking like technological singularity like synthesis. Like, have you ever played Mass Effect?
He's a test tube baby.
No, but
He's a test tube
have you ever
baby.
played Mass Effect?
No, I have not, and I probably
So,
won't. But like, I
one,
like
one of the endings of Mass Effect, basically, you use this weapon to fight off this invading force called the Reapers, but instead of destroying them, you basically merge all life in the galaxy to create a technological singularity where everything is techno-organic to end the inevitable conflict of organics and machines. And it's kind of a fucking wonky ending because it's like wild to think about, and a lot of people don't like it. I personally fucking like it. And Cell Cell is that idea, but a villain.
I don't really view Cell that way. I think Turia is a character like that. You know, Turia, this character, you may not know her, but you see, it's by this person called Peebs.
Hello, it me.
Anyway, so I always thought he was just more. I always thought he was fully organic, like he was a test tube baby kind of thing.
Neotuffles and Cell are very alike in that regard.
Yeah.
Like,
Neo-Sifurians.
I think obviously Neo-Sifurians are way more durable.
Let me speak. So Neo-Sifurians always struck me as like they're both mechanical and living, but Cell has always kind of struck me as just he's a living being, but he was artificially created through DNA splicing.
It's kind of both. Like his cells are engineered. Fuck, I don't even know how to word this because I'm not gonna pretend to be a fucking biological scientist. His cells
engineered, yes,
are
engineered.
Cell and the Neo-Sifurians are meant to be kind of the same idea of biotech. They are organic, but they are made of machine material. They are they're super fucking advanced, but Cell, in a sense, is less technologically advanced than the Neo-Sifurians because the Neo-Sifurians were made by an entire race of super advanced, super technologically superior people.
I gotta disagree with you there.
Whereas Cell was made by one fucking old human.
I feel like I gotta disagree with the technologically superior thing, though. The Sifurians were not like people forget how technologically advanced Earth is in Dragon Ball in ways that the other aliens aren't.
Oh no, I'm not disputing that, but even by comparison, Dragon Ball's Earth is still
credit.
Look, I get it. Dragon Ball's Earth fucking invented capsule. They fucking literally made shrinking technology. They made Pokeballs, basically.
They have like the best. They have the best space travel in the universe. Literally the best space travel in the universe.
The fucking shit that the Tuffles were on.
Nah.
They were on some shit. They made some wild shit.
The Tuffles are better in a specific area because the thing is, technology isn't linear. So the way I kind of see it is that the Earthlings specialized in different things. Like Frieza's forces obviously have like way better medical technology, better like ship-based infrastructure. But they're like for example, their cyborg technology is way worse. Look at 17 compared to Mecha Frieza.
Exactly.
It's like different, so they're all at different levels at different things. So the Neo-Sifurians are really
and we
good
can
at,
both agree that their weapons were equally ineffective on anyone higher than a power level of like 100.
Honestly, that's such an L though. Like me and Rock, especially Rock loves like the arm cannons and shit.
I personally love the anti-gun message of Dragon Ball because it's like you could use them, but they're literally the worst invention in the universe.
I agree with Keel there. Well, they don't have to be the worst invention in the universe in our war.
Oh god, I just realized.
Keel's
Zeal. That's a different. That's a different Keel. That's a different Keel.
Wait.
That is not Keel. That is Kale.
Oh, Kale.
And
okay.
they are a friend of mine.
Right.
Keel, Keel is my partner. Keel is my friend.
Okay, Rubis then. Rubis.
That would be
Rubies.
perfect because I know them from another game as Zeal Rubis, so I usually refer to them as Zeal.
Okay, Rubis. Yeah, Rubis is spitting though. I think that's my issue though. Like, I think another Trav is that Cell just kind of like
Yeah,
expositions everything he's about and robs the story of a cool mystery it could have had. Like, he said, "Hey, here's my entire backstory. I like to dream
yeah.
things. Listen to my Cell impression. I think it's pretty alright.
And I think
What do you,
part of
wait,
that
wait, wait.
might have been because
What do you think of my Cell impression though? I think it's pretty good.
I declined to answer. Just drink me and get it over with.
Man, that's such an L.
Drink me, Bug Daddy.
For real, that's such an L. Ratio. Younger blood better.
So, I think that is a consequence of, Toriyama had to go through 3 fucking villains. He went
Yeah.
through 19 and 20, then he had to go through fucking 17 and 18, and finally Cell, and then Cell had to have 3 different forms. So it was kind of like, okay, we're getting down to the wire here. I need to fucking get the actual story going. So he ended up,
I would put
just
Cell
like,
in
fuck it, here's the whole
beta.
story. Let's just get that over with.
I would put Cell in B tier personally.
I would go a little higher. I don't know, because, like, there's not much that I dislike about him.
A tier?
Like, besides the fact that he fucking scarred me at the age of 8 years old with the fucking drinking scene.
Yeah.
Like, I would personally put him in Z. So maybe, like...
So then, A, because honestly, I don't.
I don't want him to come back because they will fucking ruin him. I think he is perfect. Like, with the amount of content we've been giving, we don't need him to come back. We don't want him to come back. But I personally think he is one of the greatest villains of Dragon Ball. Up there with Frieza.
Yeah. If he were to come back, he better hit the dab.
Oops.
He better hit
But
the
yeah,
dab.
who's left?
Just one.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's not him.
I love
Oh, God,
Goku.
oh, fuck.
Goku from the beginning of the series until the Saiyan arc, and also Goku in the end of the Frieza arc and during the middle of the Buu arc and the end is my favorite character in the entire series, besides Mr. Satan and maybe Tenshinhan. Other than that, though, I feel like he gets used as like a plot device in the Frieza and Artificial Human arcs, where he doesn't do anything except come in to the end and beat up the bad guy.
That's a good point.
I feel
That is a good point.
That's kind of like the worst way he's used. Like, the Frieza arc is not about Goku at all until he randomly... Like, Krillin and Gohan are the protagonists of the arc, and then Goku comes in and just takes the plot, steals it. So I would...
Yeah.
So, honestly, I would move Goku to, like, A because of how poorly he's used later on. I always be concise I could gush for hours because he's my scrunkly baby.
I like him from the Pilaf saga to the Piccolo saga in OG Dragon Ball. Like, I like him in all of OG Dragon Ball. I feel like both the Saiyan saga and the Frieza saga, he's barely around. He's either dead or off screen doing other shit until he finally gets there.
I think the difference, though, for me in the Saiyan saga is because he's actually established as the main character. I feel like, the beginning is entirely about him. The story is still focused. Like, I feel like the story's still focused on him. They're talking about him. He's in the forefront at the beginning, and when Goku comes in to save the day, he doesn't he doesn't just solo the villain. Krillin and Gohan, who are both more major to the arc, are still there until the very end. Goku doesn't save the day. Goku doesn't finish the villain. He comes in and actually mostly loses, and it's up to Krillin, Gohan, Kaio, and Yajirobe to do the heavy lifting while he comes up with strategy.
I think I had kind of an epiphany just now.
What is your epiphany?
The Namek saga is kind of just a repeat of the Saiyan saga, but the Saiyan saga does it better.
Yeah.
Like, The entire Saiyan saga is just Goku is off screen. He's trying to get there in time to help with the fight, and only shows up when the final big bad is at his like most threatening, and everyone's about to die.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see your comment,
But
Riku.
with the Saiyan saga,
Oh,
it's
quick
done
point,
better because ultimately Goku loses.
Yeah.
With the Frieza saga, he just shows up and like fucking manages to go Super Saiyan immediately after Krillin dies.
Yeah, he grabs Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, and like, you guys aren't part of the plot anymore. But in the Saiyan arc,
yeah,
you know, Krillin and Gohan and Yajirobe are all as much of main characters as he is. And also, quickly, Riku, we put Yamcha really high up. We both really like Yamcha. We both really like Yamcha. I think he's one of the better characters throughout the series. I've liked him always, but I really hated how Toriyama assassinated his character in the Android arc to make him cheat on Bulma because he couldn't conceive a relationship ending amicably. Okay, Goku time.
I like Goku's personalization and characterization in the Cell Saga, and I will die on this hill. I liked the fact that he chose to stay dead, and it would have been great if Toriyama had stuck to that and allowed the story to be about Gohan and the next generation. It could have been a fucking awesome series. Imagine a fucking series where Gohan and Goku, like Goku still dead in the afterlife, helps Gohan defeat Kid Buu. And then when Goku wishes for Kid Buu to be reborn, he asks Gohan, "Hey, there's going to be this person. You should try to find them because I think it would be good for you to have a student."
I agree to an extent, yeah.
Like, I really do not like what they did to him. Ever since the Buu saga, Goku has regressed over and over and over again, whether it's Super
I feel like
or GT.
my issues with Goku kind of stem mainly in the Namek and Artificial Human saga. But I think his characterization in the Buu arc, I think, is good. I just don't like the he's there. Like, I like how like when Goten and Trunks are like, well, what makes why should we listen to you? You know, Gohan and Vegeta both died and you were sleeping, and Goku kind of gets their respect through actions. He's like, I need to train the next generation. He's pretty good, and then Toriyama reveals that Goku could have stopped the entire plot if he wanted to in like 5 minutes because I wanted a new hairstyle.
I would put Goku in C tier because
C?
he's so fucking vital of a character. He is important. Like, there is no Dragon Ball without Goku, but he is the character that Toriyama has dedicated the most time and effort and energy to developing, and he is one of the worst characters in a lot of ways.
C-tier, you! Oh my god. You're a mad queen. That's what you are.
I am of the opinion that Toriyama. I fucking see Toriyama as the same way that I see George Lucas. They are fantastic creative people. They work best when they are the idea guys, but they're not great at writing characters.
I have got to massively disagree. I feel like obviously Super, I'll give you that. GT, I just don't want to consider, to be honest, because I haven't really watched GT, so. But I think Goku throughout Dragon Ball, which is the longest stretch of the story, is amazing. I think it's only those 2 arcs where he kind of gets used as a Deus Ex Machina and like a mildly unfortunate part of the Buu arc.
Like I said, if we were just doing this based off of OG Dragon Ball, like just Emperor Pilaf Saga to Piccolo Jr. Saga, and that's it.
I would never do that because
I'd put him in fucking Super tier.
I'd never do that because Dragon Ball's because there's no such thing as OG Dragon Ball because it's all just Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball.
I'm just using it as a fucking way to differentiate at the same time. I'm just calling it that for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, I know I'm joking.
I know that there is no Z in the manga. The time is not considered separate, but I the time skip changes so much that it feels like a completely different story. And that's kind of the reason that a lot of people have an easy time watching Dragon Ball Z despite never having watched Dragon Ball,
I
because they
feel
feel
like
so radically different and you almost don't need to.
I feel like
if
for
if
me, a
if
lot
we
of
were
the time,
like
this,
my main point was just, if we were just going off of the first half of Dragon Ball, Goku would be in Super tier. But because we're not, I would put him in C tier because of the way he has been poorly handled Saiyan Saga on.
yeah, no, especially not Saiyan Saga onwards. Saiyan Saga Goku is like the best Goku.
I think he's still good as a character in that arc, but I also think that like the Saiyan reveal kind of hurts his character development, and it's kind of not a good thing.
I'm not streaming you again. Banned. Get
I
out, get out. You
understand. Valid.
cringe.
I know.
You
You're not
cringe,
ready.
baby.
You're not ready for the truth. No one is.
No,
I
I'm not gonna be
I
corrupted by your lies.
I am objectively correct
Wrong.
about all my Dragon Ball opinions, but humanity is not ready for my
You
knowledge.
see, that's why I'm
So
ranking.
I will lie in wait
You see,
until humanity
this
is ready.
this is why I'm not ranking Dragon Ball characters with Peebs. Look, if you read what's on the screen, I'm ranking Dragon Ball characters with not Peebs.
Listen,
Peebs doesn't exist.
If you don't agree with me, you can just cope by saying that you need someone with all of the wrong opinions to counter you and make the conversation interesting.
Okay, anyway, I would personally put him in Super tier, so let's I'm gonna say S. How's S sound?
I would say B. I would say B.
No, I am not.
I would
No.
say B at the like that would be my big like. I'm exempt from this. I'm gonna have to fucking, my name's not going in the credits. I don't want my name I don't want the directorial credit. I'm fucking stripping my I don't want to be associated with this work anymore.
But like, yeah, but like, S tier is like right between our two tiers. Like 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh god. I just think that his later characterization has really hurt my opinion of him.
Anyway, great Saiyaman sweep. He's the best character in all Dragon Ball. He's a totally different person.
I just want to know. I want to know who he is. Like, we should really
Remember that like
like
blonde
have
guy?
an